Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Get ready for the excitement, the rivalries, and the hometown pride. It's Real Country 96.9 WKLO, your home for local sports.
The huge Mid-Southern Conference Showdown is on the way Friday night, but tonight we begin the final 2 weeks of the boys basketball regular season as two former Mid-Southern Conference rivals renew their matchup tonight. Welcome to our high school boys basketball broadcast here on 96.9 WKLO, online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, streaming online at WKLO969.com, as well as on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. We hope you're having a good Tuesday evening. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Come on in for this gathering of family, friends, and fans. The Clarksville Generals, with a 4-14 record, are here after an eastbound trip to face the North Harrison Cougars at 9-10 here at the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in the town of Ramsey. The regular season is winding down for the Clarksville Generals. They're essentially in a rebuild season with their first-year head coach and 2014 graduate of Clarksville High School, Calvin McEwen. The Generals have come into this season knowing that they weren't going to have a lot of varsity experience. They didn't bring much back, and so these guys have had to go kind of in a trial-by-fire manner throughout the course of the season. But the Generals have been making strides in the right direction. Calvin McEwen, of course, a living legend as far as high school basketball goes in Clarksville, was part of the 2013 and 14 teams that both made deep runs into the 2A state tournament. Unfortunately for Clarksville, they kept running into Park Tudor and Trevon Blewett throughout those tournaments. They made a semi-state run under former head coach Jason Connell, who is on the staff as an assistant coach with Calvin McEwen. And, of course, Calvin's dad, Brian, was the head coach for about 7 years at Clarksville and did a really nice job keeping the program going and keeping the winning times alive as well. The Generals, though, are coming in tonight having lost 6 of their last 7 and 4 straight. They lost at South Central on January 31st by 12. They got blown out at Scottsburg by 36 on February 5th during the week of the girls' sectional. Their last home game on February 10th, they lost by 15 at home to Lanesville, and then they lost at Salem on Friday night, 60-42. This is the 5th road game for Clarksville in their last 6. They only have one more home game left on Friday night when they host Borden in their last game in the Southern Athletic Conference, a conference that Clarksville is new to, the first time they've ever been in this league. And the Generals have certainly struggled a little bit in a very tough conference with losses to Henryville as well as Lanesville as well. And they also lost to South Central, as mentioned, but they do have wins over Eastern Pekin, New Washington, and Crothersville in league play. So they're kind of right in the middle of the conference despite a tough overall record. Clarksville has taken losses to the likes of Crawford County, Charlestown, Trinity Lutheran, Silver Creek as well. And they also, as mentioned, lost to Salem on Friday night. So they've definitely played a tough schedule this year. And their leader, kind of hard to determine who that is just because they are such a young team. But their only senior is Jake Corbett, who is one of the leaders as far as rebounding goes on this team. They also have a freshman in Caleb Hawkins. We saw him on the football field this fall. Did a nice job at quarterback. He'll be part of the starting lineup tonight as a freshman. And they'll also look to their sophomore wing, Zion Stewart, who is presumably their leading scorer this season for the Generals. They're going to space the floor a lot offensively. Defensively, they'll mix it between man and zone in the half court. Probably won't see a lot of press tonight from Clarksville just because of the personnel they have. On the other side for the North Harrison Cougars, they're coming off an impressive win here at home against Crawford County on Friday night, 58-23. The Cougars shut down Braxton Bowman, Crawford County's leading scorer, who's been averaging over 20 points a game this year, held him to just 5 points in that win on Friday night. And the Cougars definitely showing their defensive prowess again, limiting Crawford County to just 5 made shots in that game. It was a balanced effort for the Cougars in the scoring department in the win Friday night as well, as 3 guys were in double digits. Corey Burson had 11. Talon Lewis scored 10. Bryce Fessel also had 10. And Caden Hain was knocking on the door of double digits with 9 points in that win over the Wolfpack on Friday night. The Cougars jumped out to a 13-0 lead at the end of the first quarter and never looked back. They'll look for a similar effort tonight here at home against the Generals. Had the chance to talk to both head coaches before tonight's contest. I talked with Clarksville head coach Calvin McEwen as well as North Harrison head coach Ross Schultz. You'll hear from both coaches coming up after the break. Hear from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. This is the Davis Crush Stone pregame show. Davis Crush Stone located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your Crush Stone lime and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
We continue along with our Davis Crush Stone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO. Clarksville head coach Calvin McEwen joins us now as the Generals are here tonight. Clarksville to take on North Harrison in a matchup between former Mid-Southern Conference rivals. We'll get to that matchup here with Coach McEwen momentarily. But, Coach, of course, this being your first year leading the Clarksville program, your alma mater. So for our listeners who may not be familiar with your background, what is your background in basketball and in coaching?
Yeah, as you had mentioned, I'm a Clarksville graduate, played 4 years of varsity basketball at Clarksville. From there, I went and played a season of college basketball at the University of Southern Indiana. Prior to wrapping up my playing career, my dad was the varsity coach at the high school at the time. So came back and got on his staff and was with him for about 6 to 7 seasons, if I remember correctly. And from there, when he was no longer coaching, obviously still very passionate about the game, wanted to find a way to stick around it. So I naturally pivoted to officiating. I was a varsity official for 3 seasons. Had an opportunity last year to come back and be on staff at Clarksville, which was a no-brainer for me. And then as we come into this season, transitioning to the head coach. So while this is my first season as the head coach and leading man of our program, it's, a place and a program that I'm very familiar with. Have a lot of equity in as a player and a coach prior to this year. So just coming in, the place I'm passionate about was something I'm passionate about doing, and it's just a perfect marriage for me, and hopefully we can get this thing turned around and back to a place where we're competing for the big stuff.
No doubt. Well, and you inherit a team that has a lot of youth this year, so what's it been like working with these guys as they've been developing throughout the season?
Yeah, as I had touched, I'm passionate about the game of basketball, learning it, trying to learn it so I can be a better teacher every single day. So, it'd be nice to come in and have a ready-made group where we're ready to compete and have 21 seasons and win sectionals. But at the end of the day, I got into coaching basketball because I want to coach basketball. And, I definitely have my hands full with the inexperience that we have this year in our group, but that's what makes it fun, and trying to figure out ways to move the chess pieces around the board to put our guys in the best position possible so we can be successful and as a team, most importantly, but hopefully get these guys a little bit of taste of individual success. Just continues to motivate them moving forward. And buying into the bigger picture, trying to win stuff as a team. So,
right. Well, and of course, too, you have a young team. So, who do you look to for leadership on this team this year, Coach?
It's kind of been by committee. We have a handful of guys that really don't care to be vocal leaders. That's not really something they've ever been accustomed to, and maybe at this particular moment, Art is comfortable with that as what I'd like for them to be, or as what I'd prefer for them to be, but we have Jeremiah Freeman, junior guard for us. So he's a guy that comes in every single day, whether it be practice or on game days. And he's going to do what you ask of him, and he's going to try to do it as well as he can and kind of set an example that way. And we've also got some other guys who do similar things. I'd say really he's been the mainstay for us in terms of, setting an example, setting a tone, whether it be practice or in a game.
And then as far as your younger guys, anybody that's really jumped out with how they've improved, or has it really been a group effort as far as how far along these guys have come this year?
I mean, we definitely have some. We've had our fair share of individual success throughout the year. I think Zion Stewart, who's a sophomore wing for us, has come a long way from the start of the season till now, and the hope is obviously that he continues to progress through this season and into the off season. And then we also have freshman guard Caleb Hawkins, who, again, coming in as a freshman, just playing 8th grade basketball last year. He's given us good minutes and probably has been in a lot of positions that he wasn't necessarily prepared to be in coming in. But nonetheless, just getting this experience hopefully is something that could kind of catapult him moving into the offseason and the coming years.
No doubt. Well, as far as style of play for you guys, what does that look like for you guys on the offensive and defensive ends of the floor?
Honestly, it's varied throughout the year. Just trying to tinker with lineups and tinker with styles of play to figure out what really works. Because kind of touching back on what we had talked about at the beginning, we've got a really inexperienced group. So it's not like we come in and, we're senior laden and we know what guys can do and what positions to put them in. And, it's really been, a lot of experimentation trying to figure out what works and doesn't work. So, just in a nutshell, I think can be said for any program in the state. We're trying to make it as tough as possible on the other team to put the orange ball in the basket. And offensively, we just want to, get the shots we know that we're can be efficient at making and try to take as many of those as possible and try to minimize the amount of ones we're shooting that we're not so good at putting in the basket.
Right, no doubt. Well, as far as your matchup tonight with North Harrison, as you look at this Cougar team coming in, what stands out to you about this group?
I'd say their physicality, and something that we've kind of struggled with at times is, when you run into those teams and those matchups that have, across the board, they might not have a ton of size, but they've got guys that are going to be physical, maybe a little more mature than the guys that we have currently. And they've got a plethora of guys that can dribble it, they can pass it, they can shoot it. So, we're going to have our hands full tonight, not just defending them, but also trying to keep them from playing volleyball in the backboards and going and getting those misses. And then when we get it offensively, again, just trying to hunt the shots that we can be efficient at making. So ultimately it comes down to, I guess, how well we can stop them and keeping them off the glass, and also just trying to be efficient with the shots we can get on offense without giving it to the other team a whole bunch.
Right. And as far as your team goes health-wise coming in, Coach, everybody available, ready to go tonight?
Yes, we are healthy at the current moment. Hopefully exiting the night we're in that same situation.
Hopefully so. Well, Coach McEwen, thanks so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Generals have a good game here on the road tonight at North Harrison as well.
Appreciate you. Thank you for your time, and go Generals.
All right. That's Calvin McEwen, head coach of Clarksville, joining us here in our Davis Crutchstone pregame show. Stay tuned. We've got the talk with Coach Schultz coming up after the break. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are tax season blues getting you down? Well, worry no more. Introducing Jiffy Tax Shack, your go-to destination for hassle-free tax filing. At Jiffy Tax Shack, they make tax filing a breeze. Experienced team of tax professionals can ensure you get every deduction you deserve. Fast, accurate, and affordable. That's the Jiffy Tax Shack promise. No more stressing over complicated forms or endless paperwork. Your refund is just a visit away. Jiffy Tax Shack in Tazewell, where taxes are made simple. Call 812-338-3258. Don't forget to ask if you qualify for the earner income tax credit.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
We continue along. It's our Davis Crutchstone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO as North Harrison back at home tonight, ready to face the Clarksville Generals in a non-conference matchup between two former conference rivals. And Ross Schultz joining us now, the head coach of the Cougars, to talk about this matchup tonight and more. And Ross, of course, last week for you guys, a little bit busy week, had two games to get ready for. Of course, you had the long trip to Madison on Tuesday night. So as you go through that matchup there at Madison, what stood out to you about the way the team looked against the Cubs that night?
Well, we came out like we have been, pretty decent, got up to a good lead, 15-6, and then they kind of hit us in the mouth, and we didn't respond too well until later in the second half. We made it a tight battle back and forth, and things just didn't go our way at the end.
Well, it looked like they had a couple of guys that really shot well that night, and it seems like that's kind of been a story at times on the road. Sometimes you run into somebody who gets hot on just the wrong night for you guys.
That's right. Their freshmen got really hot on us, and it's happened here at our own home court too, with guys getting hot, but that's just part of it. You've got to respond, and kind of the crowd got into it. We didn't respond well to that. Caden was out, one of our leaders. That didn't help, but we should be able to overcome that. We just didn't do it that night.
Well, it looked like even though they're not the biggest team, they competed with you guys on the glass, and it seemed like they did a pretty good job getting you guys out of rhythm offensively, too.
Yeah, they did. They sped us up a little bit. They had the 14. He's a pretty good-sized guy, and he had a pick and roll that we just didn't cover too well there for a while. And you're right, they got us out of rhythm, taking tough shots, and it just didn't work out there.
Well, and of course, they're a team that is not shy to shoot the basketball from the outside. They'll light it up from the outside if they got it going. It seemed like they were able to make a pretty good amount on you guys from the perimeter as well.
Yeah, you watch them on film. You don't worry about the record because you see how dangerous they can be with those shooters. And if they're on, they're going to be tough to beat. Like the Charlestown game, they played them 2 points. I mean, that shows you how good they can be, and they proved it that night against us.
Well, and of course, you guys had to turn around as that was a makeup game for that, and so you had to turn around last Friday, get ready for Crawford County, and you knew going in, Ross, it's a rivalry game, and they really seems like they get up for you guys every year.
Yeah, we knew they'd come in and play hard. They always do. They've got some good talent. We just had to be ready for it, and we ended up putting together one of our better defensive efforts all season long. So I'm proud of the guys for that bounce back.
And, of course, Crawford County, you know it's going to start with Braxton Bowman out there as a very talented sophomore. And you guys really frustrated him, limited him, I think, probably to a season low of 5 points on Friday night.
Yeah, we put Bryce on him and said, do your thing, and he pretty well did. He got physical with him and just was a beast with it. So, yeah, credit to Bryce and, of course, the whole team. When you get screened, you have to switch, and the other guys did a good job, too, on him. If you can take Braxton away, hold him to that, Crawford's going to struggle, and we did a good job on Ian Sturgeon as well. And outside of those two, they have a hard time scoring at times.
But they also have size. And Ross, they're still a physical team as well, so you knew you had to crash the glass hard, and it looked like the guys did a great job on the glass on Friday night.
Yeah, we pretty much limited them to one and done, and then we go down the other end and did a lot better in the second half of their offense. We kind of struggled a little bit in the first half. You know, they had 7 points at half, and I was still a little frustrated because we only had 21, and it's still a game. But we picked it up there in the third quarter.
Yeah, and it looked like it was a lot of guys who got involved. It was a very balanced effort scoring that night. So obviously the guys were sharing the ball well. They were looking for each other out there.
Yeah, that's the key with our bunch. We have that defensive effort, and then if we share the ball, this season we're kind of a few guys around 8, 9, 10 points. That's really good. And then you'll have guys come off the bench. Jake Roof, again, got hot from outside. So that's just great that he's able to step up and do that. Taden Rader did great. So it's good for those guys to get in there.
I was going to say, too, you got a chance to play a lot of different guys that night, and that certainly helps you. Hope to have that depth ready to go by the time you get to sectional here in a couple of weeks.
That's right. You never know foul trouble or somebody gets injured or sick, so you got to be ready to go. So that is great to get them some playing time.
And I know you said you only given up 7 points in the first half, but Ross, you shut a team out in the first quarter, and that's something you don't see very often at this level.
No, it's not. So we're definitely proud of that. We came out as sticky as we could be defensively, and we just got to keep doing that, replicate it as much as we can.
No doubt. Well, of course, now this week you have another 2 games on the schedule. It's kind of your Clarksville week, if you will, with Clarksville at overnight Providence on Friday. So it's kind of a big week here. And then that all builds up to the draw coming up on Sunday as well.
Yeah, it's a tough week tonight, and they got to go to Providence, play a really tough defensive team. So we're got to get ready for that after tonight. And then, we're excited for the draw, see where we land.
Yeah, and obviously tonight with Clarksville, as you look at this team, I mentioned beforehand when we talked, it's kind of looks like one of the younger teams you've seen this year. So as you looked at this Generals team coming in, what stands out to you about their team this year?
Yeah, they're young. They got a lot of athleticism. They have some guys on the outside that will shoot and can make it. So we just got to be ready. They're pretty physical and big. And they can get to the rim. So we've got to bring our game down.
Well, and obviously, too, with having a new head coach with Calvin McEwen, a younger coach, but his dad was the head coach, and they like to spread the floor a lot. Is that kind of what you've noticed with this Clarksville team as well?
Pretty much, yeah. They like to spread it, drive, and kick. And then, of course, a lot of man-to-man. You'll see a zone every now and then. But, yeah, they've got Coach Connell on the sidelines. And McEwen obviously has a great pedigree, so they know what they're doing over there.
Yeah, but obviously they're not the biggest team, Ross, but I would presume just looking at what they have, they're a pretty scrappy bunch, though.
Oh, yeah, they're scrappy, pretty physical, so we got to be ready for challenge.
Well, as far as the Cougars go, though, guys are kind of getting a little banged up here late in the season. Everybody seems like they're ready to go tonight.
Yeah, the guys we've got seem to be ready to go, so we're good to go.
All right. Ross, as always, we appreciate the time for the talk. You and the Cougars have a good game here at home with Clarksville tonight.
Thanks for being here, David. Thank you.
All right, Ross Schultz joining us here in our Davis Crutchstone pregame show. The Cougars facing Clarksville tonight, and we'll get to the starting lineup here on the other side of the the break as you're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Let's meet tonight's starters. First for the visiting Clarksville Generals. Here tonight inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in Ramsey. A matchup between two former Mid-Southern Conference rivals. And the Generals will start like this. They will go with Caleb Hawkins at one guard. He's a 6-foot freshman. The second guard tonight for Clarksville will be Tavian Utrera, who is a 5'9 junior. Also starting tonight, a third guard will be Zion Stewart, a 6'1 at sophomore for the Generals. In the front court will be Jeremiah Freeman, a 5'10 junior at forward. And the other forward will be the lone senior, Jake Corbett, who is 5'10 for Clarksville. Their head coach, Calvin McEwen, 2014 graduate of Clarksville High School. And their record on the season is 4-14. It's Coach McEwen's first season leading this Clarksville program. For the North Harrison Cougars, they'll go with Caden Hain at one guard tonight, 5'11 and a senior, 6.2 points, 3.8 assists per game. The Cougars will also start Logan Hune at 5'10 and a senior at guard, 8.6 points per game. The third guard, Talon Lewis, the team's leading scorer, 6'1 junior, 10 points, 3 rebounds per game. In the front court, Bryce Fessel, 5'11 and a senior, 5.2 points, 3.3 rebounds. And then Garrett Tucker at 6'1 and a sophomore at 6. Actually, no, he'll start. Changed it on there. It'll be Rylan Shank who will start tonight at the other forward. The senior at 6'3", 3 points per game for Rylan this season. Ross Schultz is the head coach of the Cougars. He's in his third year. The 2003 North Harrison graduate. Their record is 17-47 with Ross. The Cougars are 9-10, averaging 56 points while giving up 55.7. Hain will start with a straightaway three. Missed it right side of the rim. Cougars coming toward us. The start of Zion Stewart gets the rebound for Clarksville. In the front court, up ahead with it is Tavian Utrera. He'll go to the left elbow to Stewart. He'll take it across the lane right side. Out to the corner, it goes to Corbett. Up to the wing now to Jeremiah Freeman. Then to the left side to Utrera. Back right side again to Corbett. Up top to Hawkins. And a push off there as Freeman got it right side, drove it near the elbow, and then got into his defender, knocking him down. That'll be a foul on the Generals and the first of the night on Jeremiah Freeman. That'll be a turnover early for the Generals on their first possession. 7:16 to go, opening quarter, still scoreless. Hune with it in the front court. North Harrison coming toward us. Clarksville going away from us here at the east balcony inside the Cougar Den. Hain gets it up top from Fessel in the block. Left corner now to Hune. Dribbles up to the wing. Fires a three. Missed it front of the rim. Talon Lewis under the basket. Gets the rebound. Goes up. Couldn't get it to go. Second time won't go either. Shank trying to go get the rebound, but he ended up fouling Jeremiah Freeman there on the left side of the basket. And the foul will be on Ryland. That'll be his first, and that will be the team's first as well. 6:54 to go, opening quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Up ahead with it, Utrera off the inbound to Hawkins, into the front court to Stewart. He gets it stolen in the left corner. Bryce Fessel takes it away for North Harrison. Up the floor right wing to Hain. Throws it to Lewis. Lewis tried to throw a pass, got deflected and stolen, and that's Jeremiah Freeman who comes out of there with it for Clarksville. Up the floor now to Hawkins. Down to the corner, Utrera for a three off the back of the rim from the left corner. Down low, getting the rebound is Freeman. He turns, goes back up, and sticks it in for Clarksville. Offensive rebound basket for Jeremiah Freeman. That'll get the Generals on the board first. 2-0 with 6:13 to go here in the opening quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. North Harrison with it. It's Hain down low. Nice cut. Fessel lays it up and in left side of the basket. Bryce getting that from the left wing to the left block, and he ties it at 2-all here in the early going. Generals with it. Hawkins into the front court to Freeman. Drives it. Ball stripped away. Take it up free throw line, Lewis. to Hain in the front court. He takes it up the left side, goes down baseline, throws it out to the corner to Lewis, up to Hune, then to Shank at the top of the key. Now Hain has it below the right elbow, pitches it out to Lewis. 3 on the way, right wing, short. Rebound. Stepping in front of Hain is Jake Corbett, and he gets the rebound for Clarksville. He gets it to Hawkins, who brings it into the front court. The freshman has it top of the key. Left or right side pass to Zion Stewart. Stewart will back it out, and then he'll give it over to Hawkins on the left side. Over back to the right side is Freeman with it. Freeman will dribble across the free throw lane. Out to Hawkins above the left corner, takes it down to the block, inside, goes up, get the basket around Logan Hune, and Caleb Hawkins is going to the line for a 3-point play opportunity for the Generals. Foul will be whistled on Logan Hune, I think. Yep, it will be on Hune. That'll be his first, and that'll be the team's second here early on the Cougars. Free throw, Hawkins buries that. Had a pretty good freshman year on the football field for his dad, Jason, who was the head coach for the first year last season at Clarksville. Of course, Jason's a Clarksville graduate from the 1990s. Fessel with it right side, has it knocked away. Corbett tried to steal it and then ran it down with Lewis below the timeline, only to knock it out of bounds under the Clarksville bench. It'll be North Harrison basketball, and the Generals, even though it's been a bit of a rocky start for them, seems like they found a little bit of a energy boost here.
They're playing really decent defense, and they're playing aggressive and hard, and that's why they're up 5-2.
Well, Shank with a reverse layup down low. Caden found him on the baseline. Ryland went left to right for the layup, his first 2 of the night. It's 5-4. Now Clarksville breaking the press and an easy layup. Corbett threading the needle to Jeremiah Freeman on the right side for his first 2 of the night. 7-4 Clarksville. 4:27 to go here in the opening frame. As the drive goes the other way, Hain goes to the basket, gets drilled between 2 defenders going down that right side of the lane, and the foul is going to be whistled on Jacob Corbett of Clarksville. That'll be the first on Corbett tonight, and that'll be the team's second. By the way, Clarksville is in the road black uniforms tonight, white letters and numbers, Clarksville, and medium letters across the front of the uniform. Hain connects on the first free throw, 30 of 50 for 60% coming in. The Generals have the yellow trim around the shoulders and the collar with the white stripe within that yellow. The white and yellow stripe down the side of the shorts as Hain misses the second free throw. Stewart gets the rebound right side. And then they also have the Clarksville logo on the side of the shorts as well. 3 way off. Freeman misses that right wing. Rebound comes up, and I think it was Hain who came out of there with it. Caden dribbles right wing, front court, up top to Shank, left side to Fessel, inside to Lewis on the cut. Turns and lays it up and in to make it a tie game, and a timeout called on the floor. Ross Schultz and North Harrison calling it with the second tie of the night. 4 minutes to go first quarter. 7-7 North Harrison and Clarksville. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, North Harrison calling timeout after the game tied up. Dawson Sen out of the lineup tonight. He turned his ankle in the last game against Crawford County, and then out with illness tonight is Corey Burson. And if Corey's listening, hopefully he will be getting well soon and be ready to come back by Friday when the team heads to Providence. A drive down to the left baseline for Zion Stewart. Tried to kick it out to Freeman in the right corner, but Caden Hain knocked it away out of bounds right baseline. It'll be Clarksville resetting on the inbound. It'll be Utrera to inbound it for the Generals. Right baseline to the free throw line to Freeman. Drives inside. Missed the short shot left side. Fessel able to gather the rebound. He had it knocked away, but then got it right back. Down the floor quickly as Fessel drives it to the basket. Left the shot off the front of the rim short with the finger roll. Ball loose on the right wing and hustling to get it as Fessel. Hawkins knocks it away from him. Into the backcourt right side. Back to Talon Lewis as Fessel gets it back. Over to Hune on the left side. Now it's Talon with it, half-court circle. Same 5 on the floor for the Cougars. They have new white uniforms. We'll get to that description here in just a moment as Hain dribbles. Freeman bumping right into him, and Jeremiah Freeman just picked up his second foul there with that bump beyond the right wing. That's 3 now on the Generals here in the first quarter. Todd Hillerich will come in for Clarksville. First time we're seeing him tonight. Hillerich is a 5'8 sophomore who will replace Freeman in the lineup. Inbound back to Talon Lewis in the backcourt. Lewis pops it to Fessel on the right wing extended. Corbett is on him in the man-to-man defense. Over to Hain between the circles to Lewis on the right or the left wing. Up top to Hune. Elevator screen 3. Yes! Logan Hune, first time he scored, and it's the first time the Cougars have been in front tonight. 10-7 with 2:50 to go here in the opening quarter. A 6-0 run on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Utrera in the backcourt goes up the floor right side to Hillerich. He gets it stripped away on the right wing. Fessel kind of looking around like that was a little too easy. Up the floor, Hain with it. Gives it to Lewis, right corner to Shank at the high post. A foul called as a reach-in was committed against the Generals here. Ryland really didn't get a clean look at it there as Todd Hillerich will pick up the foul. That'll be his first and the team's fourth of the first quarter. Garrett Tucker checking in, replacing Ryland Shank in the lineup for the Cougars. Tucker is a 6'1 sophomore at forward. He is averaging just under 7 points to go with 3 rebounds per game on the season. Inbound to Lewis, left side, goes down to Hain. He turns, puts up the little hook, and gets it to go up and in, left side of the basket. Nice patience there from Caden. And he makes it a 12-7 lead, an 8-0 run now for the Cougars. In the backcourt, Hawkins, Utrera playing pitch and catch. Utrera gets it to the front court to Stewart on the left wing. Down low to Hillerich, who got it knocked away. Tucker got his hand on it and knocks it out of bounds into the right baseline.
Physical game.
Hillerich
feels a lot more physical than I expected him to be.
You know, Ross said before the game they thought that this was a more physical team despite their lack of size. Hillerich on the drive off the inbound misses the layup, was under the basket, tried to get it up off the right side of the glass. Cougars have it now. Tucker got that rebound. Hain has it front court to Garrett at the high post at the top of the key. Back to Lewis. Straightaway 3 is up. Missed it left side of the rim. Tucker going after the rebound. Ends up getting it. Then goes back to Talon on the drive. And Talon had it stripped away, but a foul is going to be whistled here on the Generals. And it will be on Jake Corbett, the senior. That's going to be 2 on Corbett now and make that the team's 5th of the opening quarter as well. Clarksville averages 47.5 points. They give up 63 per game. 1:43 to go opening quarter. The Cougars in the double bonus for the remainder of the quarter. Lewis at the line. Talon 40 out of 48, 83% on the season for the 6'1 junior and the team's leading scorer on the season. Taking his time on this first free throw. Puts it in the air and he hits it off the back of the rim too strong. Corbett will have to come out. Freeman will come in for Clarksville. Freeman already has 2 fouls of his own, so he'll have to watch that. He joins a lineup of Caleb Hawkins, Zion Stewart, Tavian Utrera, as well as Todd Hillerich on the floor as well. Second free throw, Lewis buries that. He's got his 3rd point. And he makes it now 13-7 with 1:43 to go here in the first quarter. Utrera gets the inbound, throws it across the timeline to Stewart up top. Dribbles to the left side, 15 feet away, double teamed, and Hain able to tie him up there on the wing. Garrett Tucker, the other defender there. The jump ball keeps it with Clarksville. Meantime, the Cougars go to the bench. They'll take Talon Lewis out. Jake Roof is in for the first time. Jake is a 6'1 senior for the Cougars. The inbound will come left baseline. Utrera bounces it into Stewart between the R and the H of North. Gets it into the corner. Now up to the wing now to Hawkins. Hawkins with it. Goes right side to Freeman. Freeman to Utrera. Utrera takes it to the right baseline. Kicks it right back out to Freeman on the right arc. Freeman dribbles it to the free throw line. Turns, kicks it back out to Utrera. He'll circle left elbow. Goes down low to Hillerich. Hillerich right back out to Utrera. Drives it. Pitches it out to Stewart right side. Goes in. Puts it up and in on the nice little short jumper from 8 feet away. First 2 of the night for Zion Stewart. 1 minute to go in the first quarter. It's now 10-9 North Harrison on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hume gets it left wing, goes down low to Ruth, but it went right through Jake's hands out of bounds, and the turnover will give it back to Clarksville. 53.4 seconds to go. The Cougars in their home white uniforms, new uniforms tonight. Blue trim around the collar and the shoulders. The thick blue stripe that's a little lighter down the side of the uniform on both sides. The block and H interlocking on the back of the jersey above the number. The letters and numbers blue, North above the number, Harrison below the number on the front of the jersey. Utrera driving left baseline, tried to kick it out to Hillerich in the right corner, but it went off of his hands out of bounds. Another loose ball lost there, and it will go back over to the Cougars.
Just no room on that baseline for that pass at all. There was nowhere for it to go. He was trying, but there's no place to go.
And it'll be Hillerich who will check out. Back in for him is Jake Corbett. So you have Corbett and Freeman, who are both dealing with foul trouble, both with two who are on the floor right now. But Calvin McEwen showing that he's got a six-man rotation right now. Here's a drive and a kick to Hune, and he hits a three. Hayne going left side of the lane, threw it right out to Logan, who is wide open for the triple in the left corner for his 6 points. 16-9. Up the floor, pass from Utrera to Corbett on the right side. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Cougar basketball. Right back in there, Utrera checks out, and in for him is Todd Hillerich again. The inbound comes to Caden Hayne. Final 10 seconds of the quarter, 16-9. North Harrison in front by 7. Across the timeline, Caden has it. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. He'll dribble to the right side. He'll hand it off for a Hune three at the horn. Missed it off the back of the rim on the right side, and that'll do it for the opening quarter. 16-9, it's North Harrison in front of Clarksville after a slow start on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard to head to the second quarter. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit prossercareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Second quarter getting started here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey, along with our statistician and analyst tonight, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. North Harrison 16, Clarksville 9. On the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard beginning the second quarter. Thank you for tuning in tonight here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com. as well as on your Alexa, and you can also find us on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9. Cougars come out with Logan Hune, Caden Hayne, Jake Roof, Bryce Fessel, and Garrett Tucker to start the second quarter. Hayne has it on the left side, goes to Tucker on the wing, cross court to Fessel right wing, down to the corner to Hune, out to Bryce. He'll fire a three. Missed it front of the rim. Jeremiah Freeman, weak side rebound for Clarksville. Bryce only 5 of 23 on the season coming in from the outside. Freeman drives it to the free throw line, knocks Hayne over, goes to Stewart, down to the corner to Corbett. Jake Corbett with it for Clarksville. Out there with Zion Stewart as well as Todd Hillerich. And then a drive for Hillerich, and he gets it up and in off the right side between two defenders. Tough shot, but he gets his first two of the night. It makes it 16-11. Up the floor now, Hune from Fessel. Gets it back to Hune, down low to Hayne, falls down on the baseline, and a foul is going to be whistled here on Clarksville. They're out there with Caleb Hawkins, Todd Hillerich, Zion Stewart, Jake Corbett, and Jeremiah Freeman. Ryland Shank will check in, replacing Jake Roof in the lineup for the Cougars. Ryland already with 2 points in this one. The inbound will come from the left baseline, and it will be Hayne to inbound it. Zion Stewart just got called for his first foul. Team's first on Clarksville in the quarter. Hayne has it left wing, down low. It goes to Shank. He turns, kicks it out right wing for a three. Hune got it. Another one for Logan, who's been struggling with his shooting here as of late, but he makes it 19-11. Good to see he's cooking tonight.
Looking a lot better.
Corbett up the floor to Stewart. Gives it back to Corbett. Drives it right side. Pitches it out to the left wing on the bounce pass up top to Hillerich, and he buries a triple. Todd Hillerich with his 5th point, and all of a sudden the lead is down to 5, 19-14. Here's Hayne over from the top of the key to the left side to Fessel, back to Hain, around to Shank. Right wing to Tucker, drives on Corbett, goes up with the floater, couldn't get it to go off the back rim, and Corbett in position to grab the rebound for the Generals. They'll throw it to Hawkins on the left side, back right side to Corbett, who has to reach out to grab it. He was a little off balance, but he does have it in the front court. Volleyball line right to Stewart, left elbow, jumper, missed it, too strong, rolled off the back rim, and Hune grabbing the rebound. Logan up the floor, takes it up top, goes to Fessel, left side volleyball line, back to Hune, to Hain, and Caden didn't quite look that in. Ball was a little high anyway, lost it behind him into the Generals bench on the turnover.
That's only 2 turnovers for North Harrison tonight.
That's definitely the worst one of the 2 so far. The pass just a little too high there. It sailed on Caden, and he didn't quite look it in. He comes out, and Talon Lewis is back in there for North Harrison now. Clarksville moving it around. Stewart has it at the top of the arc. He takes it right. Now tries to dribble back left and then hands it off on the left wing to Caleb Hawkins. Hawkins gets it poked away from him. Hune with the steal. Logan going full court. He tried to lay it up, but Hawkins knocked it off out of bounds. It will be off of Clarksville, and it will be Cougar basketball. Good hustle there from the freshman Caleb Hawkins, who's shown that he's playing beyond his years so far tonight. The inbound comes to Shank at the right of the top of the key. Left baseline, Lewis the inbound over to the left wing to Tucker. Back out to Lewis now at the volleyball line on the left. 5:13 to go second quarter. Cougars up 19-14. A little kind of screen and roll didn't go well. Fessel looking for Tucker, who set the screen, but ball went in front of Garrett and rolled out of bounds. So that's the 3rd turnover on the Cougars, with Clarksville getting it back. Hillerich across the timeline right. We'll dribble down to the wing, kick it out to the corner to Jeremiah Freeman. Freeman will take it down toward the lane right side, out to the left wing to Corbett. Pass a little high, but he came down with it. Corbett slides it up top, hands it to Hillerich. Hillerich back to the right side to Freeman. Dribbles down right elbow. Spins, moves. Nice little shot from 10 feet. Wouldn't go, though, off the heel of the rim, and the rebound to Hune. Good defense there overall. Up the floor quickly. Lewis driving it right side. Couldn't get the layup. Kind of got hit as he went in. Shank tried to get the rebound, but he lost it out of bounds. And it'll be Clarksville basketball. Calvin McEwen calls timeout with 4:34 to go second quarter. His Generals trailing on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 19-14. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Clarksville with it out of their timeout. Caleb Hawkins walks it up the floor now for the Generals across the timeline. Takes it to the left side of the volleyball spike line. Bounces it to Jeremiah Freeman right at the top of the arc. Todd Hillerich coming. Freeman turning around, faking the handoff. Dribbles down to the baseline. Fessel cuts him off. Freeman takes it back out front. Goes over to Corbett for a three in the left corner. It rimmed off the right side, hit the left side, and then fell off to Bryce Fessel in front of the rim. Corbett with a good look. It would not go down for him, though. Up the floor, Lewis with it right side to Hune between the circles. Logan going to drive it left side on Hawkins. Gets it up off the glass. Wouldn't go. Rebound tipped, and Hawkins ends up coming up with it for Clarksville. He'll drive all the way to the basket between two defenders, draws contact, and a foul is going to be whistled here on either Talon Lewis or Ryland Shank. And I think Lewis is the one who'll pick up the foul here. That'll be the first on Talon tonight, and that'll be the team's first of the quarter as well. Two shots coming for Caleb Hawkins. He's already made one tonight at the free throw line. That happened in the first quarter on a three-point play. He knocks that one in. So he'll get another shot and a chance to cut this down to 3. The Generals really keeping themselves in contention right now, even though North Harrison has found a better rhythm offensively.
Clarksville's definitely not going away. Right? North Harrison's going to have to work really hard to put them away tonight, the way this is going.
Well, no Dawson Sen and no Corey Burson, two of the
makes it tough.
Two of the chief weapons on the offensive side of the floor, and the Cougars missing some layups, too. That's not helping things either. Lewis off the drive, kicks it, and there's Garrett Tucker dialing one up from the right wing. That's a 3 for him, his first points of the night. 22-15 with 3:23 to go second quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hawkins into the front court to Corbett left wing. Straight away, it's Hillerich with it to Freeman on the right wing. Kicks it back left side for a Hawkins 3. A rimmed out on him. Bryce Fessel there in front of the basket to grab the rebound for the Cougars. Bryce lets the traffic go by as he dribbled ahead. Got it over to Hain, up the floor to Tucker. He's feeling it, but that 3 from the left wing rims out off the front. The rebound down to Zion Stewart. Up the floor now to Hawkins into the front court left side. Corbett gets it up top over to Stewart on the right wing. Stewart, one of the best players on this team. He'll try to lob it down to the left corner, but it's too high for Jacob Corbett out of bounds. And it will go back over to the Cougars, this time on the turnover. Clarksville goes a little deeper into the bench. They'll go with Jackson Brooks. And Brooks is a 6-foot junior at forward. He will come in and replace Corbett. Meanwhile, Zion Stewart is also out. And back onto the floor is Tavian Utrera for the Generals. Hain across the timeline right. Has it at the volleyball line. Goes to Garrett Tucker on the half-court circle. Garrett has it up top. Gets the 2-3 zone. Gives it to Hain. Cross-court to Shank. Ryland hits a 3 from the left wing. Ryland Shank with a rare 3, his 4th of the season on 9 attempts. He doesn't shoot many, but he hasn't made very many because of that. Here's a 3, and Hillerich misses it from the right wing. Lewis steps in front of him to grab the long rebound. To Hain, who gets it across the timeline left. He'll go to the half-court circle to Lewis. Up to the wing right side to Fessel. Round to Hain left side. High post to Shank. Back to Fessel. Up top to Lewis. Back to Fessel again. Right corner 3. This one's long off the back rim. Tried to run down his own rebound, but it is Jackson Brooks who picks it up for Clarksville. Lets everybody go by him. Floats it up the floor to Hawkins. He dribbles it up the right side into the corner to Hillerich. Back out to Hawkins on the wing. Straight away to Jeremiah Freeman. Minute 38 left here in the second quarter. Cougars up double figures, 25-15. Freeman to Utrera. He'll take it left side, goes down low. Haynes stripped it from him, and then Caden just collapsed trying to save it on the floor right next to Hal Pearson, who checks up on the senior guard under the basket there. He just kind of hit the floor like a redwood there.
Yep. He didn't try to catch himself at all. He was hustling.
Here's the inbound. Freeman shot blocked. Oh, my. I don't know about that one. Foul is going to be whistled on Bryce Fessel. It looked like he got a clean block. He stayed straight up just as you would ask him to do, and a foul is going to be nailed on Bryce. That'll be his first, team's second of the quarter. 1:27 left until halftime. Jeremiah Freeman will step to the stripe for the first time tonight for the Generals. First one on the way. He sinks that one. Freeman has 5 points so far. 25-16. Bryce has been guarding him primarily, so I wonder if the Cougars staff thinks he's probably the key player on this team. Second free throw is good. Understandably so. He's definitely got a pretty good skill set.
Yeah, he's quick, and he gets to the ball quick, and he's got a nice shot on him when he gets the shot.
They're not a very big team either, but they're playing, giving it all. And there's Lewis lining up a 3 left wing. Cans that one. Hain finding him out there to make it 28-17, the biggest lead up to 11 now on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Freeman has it right wing, gives it to Utrera down low, back out top to Freeman. His 3 spun out on him. Hawkins' offensive rebound goes back up, draws contact, and he'll go to the line for a chance of 2 more free throws here for the Generals. 57.5 seconds to go in the quarter with Caden Hain committing his first foul. That'll be the team's third. Hawkins free throw on the way. Got that one to go. He is now 3 out of 4 on the night at the line. Has 5 points as well. He cuts the lead back to 10. reminds me a lot of the way the Brian McEwen teams played. Not a coincidence with Calvin being on the sideline now, but it's very similar style to what they played when Brian was the head coach at Clarksville. Working around, Tucker has it. Shank in there as well with Payne, who has it right corner, goes down low to Lewis on the cut. He gets fouled with 43.9 seconds to go in the quarter, and that foul will be nailed on Tavian Utrera. That'll be the first on Utrera tonight, and that'll be the team's second of the quarter on the Generals with 43.9 seconds to go. 28-18. Hawkins went 1 of 2 at the line. Inbound down low to Fessel. Bryce turns, push shot up, couldn't get it to go. Tucker offensive rebound, right back to Bryce. Up and in gently with the little push shot in front of the rim for his 4th point. 30-18. Biggest lead is now up to 12. Utrera has it front court for Clarksville between the circles. Goes over to Brooks on the right wing. No idea if he's related to Dakota or not. Might be a way to find out about that later.
That'd be interesting.
Here's Hillerich, who turns it over after getting it at the free throw line. Shank came away with it, gave it to Fessel, up the floor, left side to Lewis. Drives down low, gets the shot up and in, draws the foul. And Talon comes to life a little bit here late in the first half with a 3 and now a chance at a 3-point play. Zion Stewart is in. Todd Hillerich is back out for Clarksville. The foul is on Tavian Utrera. That's his 2nd personal and the team's 3rd. 1 shot for Talon, who went 1 of 2 his last trip. He now has 8 points tonight. Make it 9. He splashes the free throw. 33-18. The lead up to 15 as Utrera races it up the floor and runs right into Caden Hain, who slid in just in the nick of time to draw the charge on the right wing.
That was a collision there. Wasn't any acting either way. They smashed into each other hard.
Well, that was a good heads-up play there for Caden. He got there just in time.
Barely in time and got set.
So that's 3 on Utrera. The turnover gives Clarksville their 4th foul. Here's a drive. Fessel down low. Couldn't get the shot to go. Lewis tried to tip it up. They won't count it at the buzzer on the 2nd try. Tried to go up a 2nd time, and the Cougars are going to halftime up by 15. But it's been a hard-fought game so far, despite the score on the board here at the Cougar Den tonight. The Cougars will go into the locker room with the lead over the Clarksville Generals here on their home floor tonight. Coming up, we'll have first-half stats and analysis as we take you to our halftime report. And if time permits, we'll pass along some other scores from other games around the area tonight as well. 33-18, it's North Harrison in front of Clarksville on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard going into halftime. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are tax season blues getting you down? Well, worry no more. Introducing Jiffy Tax Shack, your go-to destination for hassle-free tax filing. At Jiffy Tax Shack, they make tax filing a breeze. Experienced team of tax professionals can ensure you get every deduction you deserve. Fast, accurate, and affordable. That's the Jiffy Tax Shack promise. No more stressing over complicated forms or endless paperwork. Your refund is just a visit away. Jiffy Tax Shack in Tazewell, where taxes are made simple. Call 812-338-3258. Don't forget to ask if you qualify for the earner income tax credit.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Halftime is here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in Ramsey tonight. And a pretty good game so far for the North Harrison Cougars. Despite the slow start to this contest tonight, the Cougars have rallied, and they have managed to take a pretty solid lead going into the halftime break here on their home court tonight. The score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, 33-18, as North Harrison has the advantage over the Clarksville Generals here at halftime inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Glad you could join us here on this Tuesday night. You're on 96.9 WKLO. One more week of boys high school basketball in the regular season after this week, and still some big games left on the schedule for North Harrison, Corydon Central, and for basically all the rest of the teams across the southern half of the state as well. Everybody looking to get a little bit of momentum going here as we head to the postseason. The pairing show for the 116th IHSAA Boys Basketball State Tournament is coming up Sunday evening. You can listen to the pairing show right here on 96.9 WKLO. Greg Rakestraw and Kyle Nedenrip. At least that's what the IHSAA website says. Greg Rakestraw and Kyle Nedenrip will take you through the pairings of the 64 sectionals across the state, starting with 1A North and then continuing on with 1A South, 2A North, and 2A South. They'll continue that pattern all the way through 4A if the format holds true to tradition. And so you can listen to the pairing show Sunday evening right here on 96.9 WKLO. And you can also watch it as well on IHSAATV.org. Let's take a look at the scoring and shooting in the first half. Clarksville so far. Jeremiah Freeman is the leading scorer for the Generals here in the first half. He had 4 points in the first quarter on a couple of baskets, and then he knocked down a couple of free throws in the second quarter. So Freeman to this point has managed to tally 6 points. He leads Clarksville in the scoring department. Right behind him, though, two guys with 5. Caleb Hawkins had a 3-point play that he converted in the first quarter. He went 2 of 4 on free throws in the second. The freshman Caleb Hawkins has 5. His dad, who is also the head football coach at Clarksville, Jason, who just ended his first season back in the fall, he's actually the one keeping the book for Clarksville tonight. See Coach Hawkins over there, had a good first season at Clarksville back at his alma mater where he played for his dad, Dennis, back in the 90s and laid the foundation for a strong run for the Generals. Jason, of course, a 1994 graduate of Clarksville High School. His son Caleb now donning the black and yellow of the Generals with 5 points in that first half. Todd Hillerich with a basket for 2 and a 3 in the second quarter. Hillerich has 5 points, and then Zion Stewart got the Generals on the board early with 2 points in the first quarter. That's all he scored so far in the first half. Tavian Utrera, Jake Corbett, and Jackson Brooks have all seen time but have not scored yet for Clarksville. Their shooting was good in the first quarter, 4 out of 8 from the floor, but they dropped to 2 of 8 in the second quarter. In total, the Generals 6 out of 16 shooting, 38% in the first half. On three-point shooting, 0 for 1 in the first quarter, 1 of 4 in the second, 1 out of 5 from behind the arc so far, good for 20%. And on free throws, the Generals made their only attempt in the first quarter thanks to Hawkins, and 4 out of 6 in the second quarter. So they are 5 out of 7 at the free throw line, good for 71% so far. As far as the Cougars go, balanced effort in the first half. 2 guys leading the way, Logan Hune and Talon Lewis. Both of them have 9 so far. Logan made a pair of trays in the first quarter, and then he knocked down another one in the second quarter. Talon Lewis, 3 in the first quarter on 1 of 2 free throws and a basket for 2, and then he made a 3 and converted a 3-point play in that second quarter to get him to 9, tied with Hune for the team lead. Rylan Shank, a basket for 2 down low in the first quarter, and then he hit a left wing 3 in the second quarter. Shank has 5. Bryce Fessel with 4, 2 in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter off the offensive rebound from Garrett Tucker, who found him right in front of the rim for that basket. Speaking of Garrett, he knocked down a 3 in the second quarter. He's got 2 points. And then Caden Hain, 1 of 2 at the free throw line with a basket for 2 in the first quarter. Caden has 3 points. Jake Roof is the only other Cougar who has seen time but has not scored tonight. The Cougars 6 of 13 in the first quarter, 6 of 15 in the second. 12 out of 28 shooting so far. Not great. Missed a lot of shots inside. The Cougars are making 43% through the first 2 quarters of play. They are making threes, though, 2 out of 6 in the first quarter, 4 out of 7 in the second. The Cougars are 6 out of 13 from long distance, good for 46%. And they are 3 out of 5 at the free throw line, good for 60% so far. 2 of 4 in the first quarter and 1 of 1 in the second. 16-9, it was North Harrison leading at the end of the first quarter. The Cougars outscored the Generals 17-9 in the second quarter, and they bumped that lead to 33-18 at halftime on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The Cougars out-rebounding Clarksville 14-10 so far in the first half. The Generals had 2 offensive rebounds in that total of 10. Zion Stewart had 3 rebounds to lead the way for Clarksville in the first half. Caleb Hawkins and Jeremiah Freeman both came down with 2 rebounds apiece. Both had an offensive rebound in that first half. Jake Corbett, 2 defensive rebounds and 1 rebound on the defensive end for Jackson Brooks. 10 total rebounds, 2 on the offensive end for Clarksville. The North Harrison Cougars, 14 rebounds, 5 of those on the offensive end. Talon Lewis had 4 rebounds, 3 of which came on the offensive side. Garrett Tucker and Bryce Fessel both had 3 rebounds. Tucker had 2 on the offensive end himself. Caden Hain and Logan Hune both with 2 rebounds themselves. 14 total, 5 on the offensive end for North Harrison. The Cougars were far better than the Generals in turnovers. Clarksville had 10 turnovers in the first half. The Cougars only had 4. Meanwhile, on assists, Clarksville 4 assists on 6 made shots. Tavian Utrera has 2. Zion Stewart and Jake Corbett both have 1. The Cougars had 12 assists on 12 made shots. Well, Caden Hain had 7 to lead the way in that first half. And then Talon Lewis, 2 assists for him. Fessel, Tucker, Shank all had 1 assist for the Cougars in that first half as they take the lead at 33-18 here at halftime. The third quarter coming up next as the Cougars look to try to finish this one with a W tonight here on their home floor against Clarksville. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardensburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corydon has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options, they make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corydon. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat low-fill insulation system makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat insulation system by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Third quarter getting started here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey, along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Clarksville will come out with possession of the basketball. They'll be coming toward us here from the east balcony in the Cougar Den here in the second half, while the Cougars will be going away from us. Jacob Corbett inbounds it to Jeremiah Freeman on the right side of the front court to start off the second half. Utrera gets it in the half-court circle. Tavian Utrera looking for the back door cut, not there, then gives it out to Freeman on the left arc. Freeman dribbling toward the baseline. Fessel sticking to him there, out to Hawkins on the wing, straight away to Zion Stewart, who takes it to the right arc. Stewart, Talon Lewis on end. Lewis, along with Logan Hune, and an over and back. Hawkins caught a pass that kind of got deflected, and it hit him before he was able to save it going into the backcourt. It'll be North Harrison basketball and the 11th miscue for the Generals here tonight. That is certainly the one statistic that really jumps out besides their shooting prowess tonight.
Yeah. Well, the turnovers really killed them at key times.
Here's Fessel with it, getting it from Lewis at the right elbow, throws it to Hain on the baseline. Freeman gets his hand in there, knocks it into the Cougar bench out of bounds. Good hands there, and the Cougars will reset. Hain, the inbound right in front of his bench, gives it out to Fessel below the timeline. Hand off to Caden, who has it now below that right side timeline. Just 45 seconds into the third quarter with the Cougars up 33-18 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Shank is also out there, goes down low to Lewis from the top, and the pass gets away from Talon. Corbett steals it. Bryce Fessel, Talon Lewis, Logan Hune, Caden Hain, and Ryland Shank on the floor for North Harrison. Utrera drives it right wing to the free throw line, out to the corner to Corbett. Up now, Freeman has it on the left wing thanks to the pass from Corbett. Goes over to Stewart on the right side. Stewart hands it off to Utrera. He goes back right or left side to Freeman. He'll take it to the right elbow, hand it off to Corbett. He'll drive left side, gets inside, and puts it up and in off the rim. Nice shot there. Tough shot for Jake Corbett. His first 2 of the night. The lone senior on this Clarksville roster trims the lead back to 33-20. 6:27 remaining third quarter. Lewis gets it on the Right elbow, drives by his defender, Utrera, missed the layup right side, tried to get it back, but it got knocked away, and Utrera now sprints out of there with it up the left side of the floor. Corbett on the left wing, back to Utrera, looks for the shot, fakes, and then goes over to Freeman in the right corner. Up now to Hawkins, right at the top of the key, left wing to Corbett. Corbett looking inside, nothing there. Then he'll go over to Hawkins, left to the top of the arc. Back to the corner now to Corbett. Corbett slides it to the free throw line, hands it to Stewart. He'll drive left side, spins off Lewis, lays it up, and in. Right over the front of the rim, Zion Stewart. Clarksville really trying to work the ball inside, and so far it's working to great effect. Ross Schultz going to call timeout.
I was going to say, Ross has seen enough of that.
5:48 to go here in the third quarter. The lead is 11 at 33-22 as the Cougars are still in front. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality Chris Stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Chris Stone in DePaul. At Davis Chris Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
At First Harrison, the banking butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The banking butler, it's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
5:44 to go here in the third quarter. Out of the timeout for the Cougars, Caden Hain up the floor to Bryce Fessel, right wing, up top to Hune, goes back to Hain. Nice drive and a nice pitch on the bounce pass over to Fessel for the easy layup.
Nice catch.
Great job by Caden on the drive to start it, and then Bryce off the ball, really doing a good job getting where he needed to go. Caden found him for that easy two. Here's a drive. Utrera gets fouled as he was trying to perform a wraparound pass on that left block. Foul will be whistled on the Cougars, and it'll be on Caden Hain. That'll be the second on the senior tonight. That'll be the team's first of the quarter. Inbound will come to Zion Stewart, left to the top of the key, takes it down to the elbow, hands it up to Utrera up top. He'll take it right side of the lane, then pops it out front to Freeman. Freeman drives it to the left, gets it out to the corner for a Corbett three, rimmed it in and out. Caden Hain gets in there to grab that rebound. Goes up the floor to Hune, has it knocked away from behind. Hawkins getting a piece of that one left side baseline. It'll be Cougar basketball on the deflection. Going to have a chance to talk to 4 of the 8 seniors after this game tonight for North Harrison. Can't do them all in one night, so we'll split them into groups here. Hune gets the inbound, and he lines up the jumper, knocking it in from that left baseline, 15 feet away. Caden will be one of those guys that will be up here after the game in our Davis Crush Stone post-game show tonight. We'll also talk to Ross Schultz as well about the matchup. Utrera has it right side, got it back from Stewart on the left wing. Utrera out front to Hawkins, top of the key. He'll dribble to the left elbow, bounce it to Freeman, who goes inside, throws it up off the back of the rim and in. Jeremiah Freeman gets the friendly roll, and he makes it now 37-24, 4:26 left here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. That's 8 on the night for Freeman now. Hain with it into the front court, has it up top, behind the back dribble, over to Lewis, below the right wing, takes it up top himself, hands it off to Fessel. Bryce dribbling around Corbett, and a nice power move there for Bryce, who's got 8 all of a sudden, his 4th point of the quarter.
Good strong move all the way to the bucket.
Went right through Corbett. 39-24, halfway through the third quarter. Utrera across the key, gives it out left wing to Freeman. He'll circle it around up top. Over to Utrera on the right wing. Drives it down low, pitches out to Corbett in the left corner, up to the wing for a Hawkins three. That one rolls off the right side of the rim, and Fessel gathers up the rebound on that right baseline. To Hain, up the floor to Lewis, takes it into the paint from the left, out to the corner to Hune. Drives baseline, cut off, tried to get a shot up, no call. He was looking for it, but Hawkins gets the rebound. Up the floor, goes down to below the basket to Freeman. Tried to get it out to that right corner to Corbett. Lewis stepped in and stole it. And now he gives it to Caden, who will jaunt across the timeline to the right side. Caden drives it on Stewart, goes up, draws contact, and he might get shots here. We'll see. Garrett Tucker set to check in for the Cougars now. Foul was on Zion Stewart of Clarksville. That's now his second. That'll be the team's first of the quarter. 2 shots coming for Caden Hain. The first one on the way. He sunk that one for his 4th point. 2 out of 3 at the line tonight. He entered tonight 60%, 30 out of 50 from the free throw line. 3:19 to go in the quarter. Jacob Corbett will get a rest on the bench, and in for him is Todd Hillerich. Second free throw is also down the hatch for Caden. He's got 5 now. 41-24 Cougars, 3:16 to go. Clock rolling here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It is Utrera up the floor, hands it off to Freeman. He tried to go to Hillerich on the left wing, but Hillerich was coming up top, and Freeman just threw it where he thought he was going to be, out of bounds into the bench. Freeman will check out, and in for him is going to be Jake Corbett, the one senior on this Clarksville roster. His team down by 17 with less than 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Here's Fessel driving it right side, goes up the glass, couldn't get it to go. Tucker's putback won't go. Both of them hit the deck. Up the floor now, a kick out to Corbett for a 3. Missed it left corner off the front rim. Lewis gathers the rebound. He'll get it up to the timeline, and then he'll back off. Corbett was trying to come up from behind and steal it from him here. Now he gives it to Shank at the left elbow. High-low down to Tucker. Reverse layup. Nice. Wow. Off the back of the rim and the friendly roll into the cylinder. 43-24, the lead up to 19 for the Cougars. Up the floor now, Hawkins, left wing to Utrera. Dribbles to the free throw line, kicks it to Hawkins right side. Now it's Hillerich with it on the left side. Tried to drive and then threw it up, and I think he had 2 different moves he was trying to make at once. He tried to lollipop it down to the baseline, but he turned it over. Hillerich has had a bit of a problem with turnovers tonight for Clarksville. Just not been able to get a good hold of it at times.
Not been good for him sometimes.
Shank will check out. In for him is Tayden Rader. First time we've seen the senior tonight. Tayden, of course, a 6'1 senior forward, 8.7 rebounds and 3 steals on the season in total. Here's Hain with it, circles it around left to right, drives it down low, draws contact, count the basket and the foul.
Good hard drive.
A strong finish to go with it. Something the Cougars didn't do very well in the first half. And that wasn't one person either. That was truly a team. That was a team in position there. Foul is on Jake Corbett. That's his 3rd. Team second of the quarter on the Generals. Corbett will check out, and for him is Jackson Brooks. The free throw is good for Caden Hain. Caden all of a sudden has 5 in the quarter, 8 points now on the night. 46-24. Cougars up by 22. Zion Stewart in the front court gives it to Tavian Utrera. Drives it left wing into the paint, kicks out for a 3, and Hawkins buries that one from the right corner. And we got a bench warning on Clarksville, I think is what the call was there.
That's what it looked like they called it.
Or it's a warning on Hawkins, apparently, for a delay of game. So he will come out. Jeremiah Freeman back in for him. The freshman coming out of the contest here for Clarksville. Inbound comes to Hain, gives it back to Fessel. And Fessel will walk it up the floor now, quickly across the left side, hands it off to Lewis, parallel to the volleyball spike line. Minute 23 to go, third quarter, 46-27. Cougars in front on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Lewis drives it, kick to Hain, and he hits a 3 from the right corner.
Nice kick out.
Lewis to Hain this time for the 3. Caden's been getting better on his three-point shooting here late in the season, 49-27. Now up the floor with it, Utrera to Freeman, drives it right side, got it knocked away, and Tucker tried to save it on the right baseline, but he fell out of bounds with the basketball, so it'll be Clarksville possession with 59 seconds to go in the quarter. Timeout coming from Calvin McEwen on the Clarksville bench. His team down 22, 49-27 with 58.9 seconds to go here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures futures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
58.9 seconds remaining here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 49-27. North Harrison leading Clarksville. The inbound will come from Tavian Utrera from the right baseline. The eye of Harrison into the corner for Brooks. His three is long. Rebound tip from Rader to Hain. And Caden goes up the floor to Lewis, flies into the basket, draws heavy contact as he goes down to the court. And the Generals making him pay for that drive to the basket with a foul there. Foul will be on Jackson Brooks, Jackson. How you spell his first name. That'll be his first of the night. Team's third of the quarter on the Generals. Dowland to the free throw line for 2 shots. Has not scored in the third quarter yet. Now he has. And he is now the third Cougar to reach double digits tonight. 50-27, Cougars in front of Clarksville. And when the Cougars reach 50 over the last 10 seasons, they win 71% of the time. Second free throw is up and in. Lewis has 11. The lead is up to 24 now at 51-27 with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Utrera into the front court, pitches it to Stewart left wing, dribbles baseline. Tucker almost stole it, but it's off of Garrett out of bounds into that left corner. Almost forced the turnover. Clarksville will inbound it right in front of the end of their bench with Tavian Utrera, the 5'9 junior guard. Utrera bounces it in to the corner to Jeremiah Freeman, out to Utrera left wing. He'll drive it into the paint, kicks it out to Brooks in the right corner, fakes, goes up top to Hillerich. Hillerich looking down low, and Lewis steals it from Utrera right in front of him under the basket. Gave it up to Rader, back to Talon into the front court left side, to Hain below the timeline left side, right next to the half-court circle. Caden trying to deal with Jeremiah Freeman out there. Final 16 seconds of the quarter. Spins, kicks it into Fessel in the right corner, dribbles up, gives it out to Lewis. Volleyball line right side, 10 seconds. Jab step, kick right corner to Fessel for a three. Couldn't get that to go back rim. Rebound to Hillerich on the weak side. Runs it up the floor for a layup at the end of the quarter. Missed it under the rim. He was wide open, but he was going just about a step too fast. And that'll do it for the third quarter here inside the Cougar Den. The North Harrison Cougars in front, 51-27, heading into the fourth and final quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit prossercareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
The North Harrison Cougars in front, 51-27, heading into the fourth and final quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here inside the Cougar Den in Ramsey. Along with our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. The Cougars have Preston Wellman for the first time tonight, the 6-foot senior, up to Bryce Fessel, straightaway three, missed it left side of the rim. Garrett Tucker with the offensive rebound out to Hune, hits a three. However, we're going to wave off the shot because Tucker apparently committed an offensive foul down there on that left block after he got that offensive rebound. Foul on Garrett will be his first, and that'll be the team's first of the night as well. It also negates the three that Logan Hune actually made there. So an offensive foul with the turnover. Clarksville in possession of the basketball, trying to get something going here late. Stewart has it on the right wing off the cross-court pass from Hillerich. Tried to hand it off to Freeman, and then it's stolen. Bryce Fessel Drawing contact, goes up, lays it in over the front of the rim, and Bryce makes it 4 Cougars in double figures tonight as he gets his 10th point. And all 3 of the 4 are seniors. The one junior is Talon Lewis in that group. Hillerich has it up top, goes to Utrera, drives it left from the left wing, tries to get down on a spin, a turnaround shot that misses off the left side of the rim. It's Wellman who gets the rebound for the Cougars. And Preston gets it up ahead to Garrett Tucker on the right wing. To Hune, cutting across the right elbow, out front to Fessel. He fakes, drives, pitches it out to Wellman. He fakes. Nice job there. Gets it back out to the wing to Fessel. Straight away for a Hune 3. This one, right side of the rim. Tucker got the offensive rebound, and he threw it off Brooks, but it ends up hitting Garrett in the calf on the right side. Out of bounds. It was a good hustle by Garrett there.
Yeah. He got up well for that one. He grabbed it with both hands. Came down with authority, but little mistake.
Vessel checks out, and in for him is Jake Roof. First time we've seen Jake since the second quarter. 6'1" senior, averaging 1.9 points per game. Hawkins from the left baseline tried to go out to Utrera left wing, and Hune comes away with the steal to Tucker, who races it up the floor, goes into Corbett. Blocking foul there as Tucker went down the right side at full speed. A foul on Corbett's going to be his 4th, and that'll be the team's first of the quarter on the Generals. Here's kind of an anomaly on the score, by the way. Clarksville has scored exactly 9 points in every quarter tonight.
Oh, my.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Not the kind they're looking for, but still, you don't see that very often.
They need a higher consistency than that, but that's saying something.
16, 17, and 17 the score by quarter for the Cougars. Tucker knocks down the first and the second free throw, makes it 53-27, or 55-27, I should say, as he gets those to go down. Tucker's got 7 now on the night. Utrera with it left wing, throws a deflected pass out to Corbett left corner, back to Utrera, cross court left, or to the right corner, down below us to Brooks. Jackson Brooks has it, gets it down to the baseline to Hawkins, but it goes by him. Tucker able to get the steal. Runs it up the floor, goes to Roof, and Jake lays it in off the glass on the right side for his first 2 of the night. 57-27, the lead 30. Here comes Hawkins down the floor right side, gets his shot blocked inside. Jake Roof rejecting the freshman as he got toward the basket down on that right block. It'll stay with Clarksville, though. 57-27, 5:45 to go in the 4th. The JV game tonight went to North Harrison. Steve Roof's team goes on to win 67-30 over the Generals tonight. Put the running clock on them there with about 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Utrera has it up top, goes to Hawkins on the right side. He'll slide it across the top of the key. The freshman gets down to the basket, goes over to Hillerich left baseline, out to the wing now to Brooks. He'll take it up top with a couple of dribbles, then to Utrera with it below the half-court circle. He'll take it to the left wing, up top to Hillerich. Hillerich drives it inside. Ball knocked away. Hune steals it, throws it to Preston Wellman, who's out there with Garrett Tucker, Taden Rader, as well as Jake Roof and Logan Hune. Tucker, spin move baseline. Nice little up and under there for the shot. The teardrop, for lack of a better way to put it, from 10 feet away on that right baseline. Garrett's got 9, and the lead is up to 32 at 59-27. 4:50 left here in the 4th quarter. On the first, Harrison banking Butler's scoreboard. Hillerich with it up top to Utrera, left wing 3, and he canned that one. Davian Utrera getting the pass from Todd Hillerich and makes it a 59-23 lead. 4:35 to go here in the 4th quarter. Up the floor, Wellman to Hune. Right side, up top to Tucker. Garrett spins down low. Nice pass to Jake Roof, who goes up and in with a little shot inside. Garrett's found him twice now.
Yep.
And Jake doing a good job gathering there, making sure he had the basketball before he went up with it. 4:13 to go in the 4th. 61-30. Cougars in full command here tonight on their home floor. Hawkins down low might have traveled, but they're going to call a foul on Preston Wellman instead. I thought Preston did a good job standing his ground there against the young freshman. Even though Caleb Hawkins is only a freshman, he plays beyond his years a little bit out there.
Good athlete.
First free throw
potential.
On the way, couldn't get that to go. Rolled around the rim, fell out.
Just jinxed him.
He's actually, what is he now? 3 out of 5, 3 out of 6 on free throws tonight. So he's kind of been up and down there. Tucker will check out. And the second free throw went halfway down, popped out. Jackson Brooks, though, gets the offensive rebound, goes up, couldn't get the shot to go right side of the glass, and the rebound down to Tate and Rader. Ryland Shank is back out there for the Cougars. The senior, joining a lineup of Hune, Wellman, Roof, and Rader, all seniors on the floor now for North Harrison. The only one missing tonight is Sen. Here's a three for Hune. He spots up and buries that from the left wing for his 14th point of the night. But Rader who found him there?
Yeah.
It was Taden who got him there. Here is Utrera, gets it to Brooks, who takes it up to the right elbow from the corner. Out to Utrera, right wing three. That one rolls off the right side of the rim, and Preston Wellman in good position to get the rebound on the left side of the basket. 3:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Wellman, Shank, Roof, as well as Hune. Shank and also Rader, and then a three. Roof, it rimmed out on him. Oh, the right wing. It was a good shot. It just wouldn't go in. It was halfway down the cylinder. Utrera has it in the lane off the drive. Kicks it out right wing. Corbett for three. Buries it. Jake Corbett spotting up for his 5th point of the night, and that trims the lead back to 31 at 64-33. 2:50 to go in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hune to Shank. Ryland's 2 for 2 tonight. Left wing, he buries that one.
Wow.
He's 5 out of 10 on the season now. He has 8 points to his credit tonight. How about Ryland Shank? And he's fun to watch. He doesn't get a lot of time, but he makes the most of it. Here's Hawkins off the drive going left to right. A late whistle, and a foul is going to be called on the Cougars. It will be on, I think, Wellman. Preston will pick up his first foul of the night. That'll be the team's second of the quarter with 2:27 to go. It'll put the freshman Caleb Hawkins at the line. 3 out of 7 now. He's missed his last 3 attempts. He has 8 points on the night. First one is on the way, and he buries that one. That's 9 for Caleb now on the night. Incidentally, the Cougars have been doing very well on free throws throughout the course of the night themselves. The bench will be cleared. We have a bunch of guys, a litany of Cougars coming off the bench right now. Landon Page is in there. He's a 5'10 junior. First time we've seen him this season. Second free throw for Hawkins is good as well. He makes both of those. He now has 10. 67-35 with 2:25 to go in the fourth. Eli Vogler is in there, the 5'9 freshman at guard. Vogler has 2 points and 2 rebounds in varsity play. Up top with it, Colton Cresilius. He has it in the right corner, drives down low, lays it up, couldn't get it to go, but he did draw a foul. Colson Christie is also out there. Christie is 6'1 and a freshman, no points, 2 rebounds in 3 varsity games. Cooper McIntyre, yeah, that's right, there's another McIntyre, and yes, he can shoot. He's also on the floor. So it's basically the freshman class who's out there. Now, we just had 5 seniors, now we have 5 freshmen. How many other teams around here can do that?
Not very many, not this year.
First free throw, and Cresilius not able to connect on that one. Colton will have one more shot here in a moment. Cougars before that were 10 out of 12 on free throws. Caleb Hawkins and Tavian Utrera will both check out for Clarksville. Freeman is in there along with Brooks, as well as Zion Stewart and Jake Corbett. Also got Todd Hillerich out there. Second free throw is down the hatch for the freshman in Cresilius, and that would be Colton Cresilius. Gets those 2 free throws to go down. Down low, Stewart getting it from Freeman, lays it up and in left side. 6 points on the night for Zion Stewart. 68-37, less than 2 minutes to go. Minute 50 left, in fact. And Cougars getting a little bit loose out there. McIntyre tried to save it on that left sideline, a pass that went awry, and it will be Clarksville basketball. Got a rotating cast of JV players who have been wearing number 3 this season. First time I've written a McIntyre in the book in a few years now. Here's a 3. Corbett airballs it from the left corner, but Brooks gets the rebound, goes back up and in with it off the right side. Had it off the block. Jake Corbett missing that. Brooks gets his first 2 of the night, 68-39. Kind of a roundabout assist there, if you will. Vogler kicks it to Cresilius for a top-of-the-key 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound tipped, and Cresilius gets the offensive rebound. To Vogler on the right wing down to the corner to McIntyre, up to Eli Vogler. He'll dribble, he'll pull up. His jumper is well short from 13 feet away, and then Christie knocking it away out of bounds under the basket from Freeman. So it will go back over to Clarksville with 1:05 to go, and the Cougars on their way to their 10th victory of the season. It'll be the first time in 4 years North Harrison has won 10 games in a season. Stewart with it, less than a minute to go up top in his front court. Drives it left on Christie, and he forced Christie to foul him there. Colson had to foul him going down that left side. The foul on the freshman will be his first and the team's third of the quarter. Zion Stewart just a little too long and athletic for Christie going to the basket there. 2 shots coming up for Zion Stewart. First one is up, and he knocks that in. He has not had a very good night offensively. One of the best players on this Clarksville roster. He's got 7 points now. 68-40 with 53.6 seconds to go. His second free throw is also a make. That's 8 for Stewart now. 68-41. The lead has been knocked back to 27. It was as high as 33 there at one point. Nice cut. Crecilius gets it down low. Ball stripped away. Nice hands there from Hillerich, who deflects it into the baseline to Corbett. And Clarksville with it. Stewart has it on the left wing. Dribbles inside the arc. Hands it behind him to Hillerich. He'll drive in. Got his shot blocked. They're going to say it was a foul, though, on Vogler. And Eli will pick up his. Actually, they're going to say it was on Cooper McIntyre. That'll be the first on McIntyre. Team's fourth of the quarter, that is, on North Harrison. 2 shots coming up here. And it is the first time Todd Hillerich has been to the line. At 5 points in the second quarter, has 6 points now. Clarksville making this look a little better than it actually has been in this fourth quarter. Second free throw is up, and it rattled halfway down and out. Brooks gets the offensive rebound, turns, flips it to nobody in particular, and Colson Christie stole it. Flipped it behind him to the free throw line. 15 seconds to go. Vogler to Crecilius. Down low to Christie. Turnaround, tough shot. Missed everything on that page. Tried to get the offensive rebound. Ball tipped around, and Vogler comes up with the offensive rebound on the right arc. He'll dribble out the clock below the timeline on the right, and that'll do it. The North Harrison Cougars win it tonight here on their home floor. They rout the Clarksville Generals 68-42, the final on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. Coming up, we'll head into our Davis Crushstone postgame show. We'll have final stats and analysis on this one. And we'll also talk to North Harrison head coach Ross Schultz. And North Harrison's got 8 seniors. We're going to talk to 4 of them tonight. And you're going to hear from Caden Hain, Bryce Fessel, Taden Rader, and Jake Ruth coming up in the Davis Crushstone postgame show. Lots to come on the other side of this break here from the Cougar Den. Again, the Cougar JV winners tonight 67-30 over Clarksville. The varsity gets the win tonight 68-42 over the visiting Clarksville Generals. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Well, a good win tonight, even though it was a slow start for this North Harrison Cougar basketball team here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. North Harrison trailed 7-2 there, or 7-4 there in the early going against Clarksville, only to go on a 9-0 run that put them up 13-7, and really the Cougars never looked back after that one lead change They go on to win this one tonight over their former Mid-Southern Conference rival in the Clarksville Generals by a final count of 68-42 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. North Harrison now improving to an overall record of 10-10 on the season. First time they've reached double-digit victories in a season since the 2021-2022 season when the team won a sectional championship. They won 9 games the next year, of course, won 2 games 2 years ago, and then won 6 games last year. So they've added 4 more wins each year as half of the seniors make their way up here tonight. They're going to have the other half of the senior class on Friday, a week from Friday, on February 27th, when the Cougars host Christian Academy in what will be their last home game of the season. But in the meantime, we welcome you to our Davis Crushstone postgame show tonight here on 96.9 WKLO, along with our statistician and analyst Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. You can listen to us online at WKLO969.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, as well as on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. And you can also listen to us on terrestrial radio on 96.9 on the FM side as well. So we got 4 of the seniors out here tonight as they work their way up here. Now Ross Schultz also coming over as well. So we've got everybody converging on us here tonight as we have a long guest list, an unusually long guest list here tonight. Ross getting himself positioned here as he talks to us here at our Davis Crushstone postgame show. The Cougars win at 68-42 over Clarksville. Well, a little bit of a slow start for you guys tonight here at home. Clarksville came out. I thought they gave a great effort in the early going, but it seemed like a couple of stops and a couple of baskets seemed to get you guys going a little bit, and you guys went on a run, took the lead, and never looked back really after that.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow start. We weren't quite the focus that we needed, but, yeah, like always, our defense is going to start everything for us, and it did. We got a few turnovers and went the other way and got some buckets, so that's what helped us expand that lead because it was only about, 5 at the end of the first quarter. They were playing well.
Yeah, the 16-9 at the end of the first quarter. Of course, getting Logan a couple of threes there in the first quarter definitely helped kind of get you guys into a little bit of a rhythm. It also helped spread their defense out a little bit. They forced them to go zone a little bit, and then they kind of switched between man and zone. Your guys did a good job adjusting to that throughout the night.
So. We've been pretty good against the zone all year. Usually we're good getting into the short corner or the middle. Tonight we weren't doing that quite as well, but we ended up making some outside shots, so that helped them. They had to get out of it, go back to man, and then we could run our normal stuff. But, yeah, it was multiple guys. Brown Shank hit a 3. Of course, Logan, it was good. He's been a little bit of a slump.
Yep.
So it was nice to see him knock those down for sure.
Let's see, I'm trying to look here. Logan, I had him 4 out of 6 from behind the arc tonight. It's best he shot for a while. Good to see that from him because obviously he's a huge part of your guys' perimeter game out there.
That's big. If we're going to knock off some of these big ones, Providence's, Paoli's, who knows in sectional, we need Logan at the best. So, yes, that's a great sign for us.
Well, and I like that Caden and Talon were driving there early on as well, and they were able to help kind of get guys going on the inside as well, looking for Bryce and Ryland, and then when Garrett came in as well. So seeing that ability to drive to the basket, Clarksville made it hard on you guys to get down low too.
They did. They did a good job on the defensive end, and I'm glad it was a nice test. But, yeah, when we drive kick or just hit the post, come back out, that's our best offense, and we did a pretty good job of that for the most part.
Yeah, and obviously, with the team they have, they're not a very big team, so you knew you had to be sure to have a strong effort on the rebounding tonight as well. You guys did that pretty well for the most part and didn't really let them have a lot of second chance opportunities out there.
No, that was the plan. Make sure we handle the boards and then try to crash a little bit on our end. And Garrett Tucker, I thought, did a good job of that, as he always does, and a few others, Bryce, for sure. But, yes, winning that rebounding battle is pretty good indicator for us of how the game is going to go, that and the turnover battle.
Yeah, and obviously in the second quarter, it seemed like you missed a lot of layups. I know, and I'm sure that we've talked about that in previous games. That's frustrating when you're not making shots that you normally would like to make. But to your guys' credit, they didn't quit attacking and continue to be aggressive, but also I thought played smart for the most part too.
I think so, yeah. We just got to shake off those misses and keep going. That's kind of what we did, and we've had games like that before. And we just got to, I tell them, keep pushing. The shots are going to fall, and we'll be where we need to be, and that's how it ended up.
Well, I don't know how many other teams around here can play 5 seniors and 5 freshmen on the floor like you guys did tonight. That was pretty cool to see that. And you had the 5 seniors on the floor there late in the game. Those guys did a great job just carrying the energy that you guys had there throughout, really, I think, the entire second half. It seemed like the energy level was more consistent over the last 2 quarters.
Yeah, for sure. Those guys, some of them, Jake, Hayden, even Rylan and Preston, don't play as much, but, man, they bring it every day in practice. They're our built-in scout team. It's nice to have good, strong senior players that can prepare our starters. And, of course, when they get in, their number's called. They do a great job. So I'm proud of them for their attitude, sticking with it, and they paid off tonight.
Well, you also got the freshmen in there as well, got them a little bit of varsity time. I know you've been trying to work them in a little more throughout the season. It's nice that you've had situations like that where you could get those young guys in there because that's your future maybe as soon as next year.
That's right. A lot of them, there's a lot of holes in the roster next year, so they've got to fill them. So it's nice to get them a little bit of varsity action. And we've got a lot of freshmen, a lot of ball players overall, and that's a good thing.
Well, obviously, you have such a big senior class, and these guys have been with you since you started here at North Harrison. We split it in half, so we have 4 tonight and 4 on the actual senior night next Friday. So, obviously, you have Jake, you have Taden, you got Caden, and you also have Bryce, and those guys all bring different aspects to the team or different characteristics to the team. So, what's it like being coach of these 4 guys in particular throughout their careers?
Oh, it's a blast, yeah. We started with them 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We had to throw them into the fire. You know, we didn't have much coming back, so they played a lot of varsity minutes right off the bat. We took our beatings, you know, a lot of good teams we played against, but we stuck together, stuck to the process, and it's good that we are here now. Got it back to 500 in late February. We haven't done that for a while, so I'm proud of that, and these guys deserve it. But, yeah, you got Caden, just a leader. We've been lucky enough to share some scouting reports over this year, and you know, it's a compliment when the other team calls him the floor leader, and that's exactly what he is. Just always brings it. Of course, Bryce, you know, the defensive effort he's brought all career, but especially these late games here recently, you know, he's another great leader out of that group. He's a scouting report guy, film guy, you know, when he'll take over the film and run it for me, and you just can't ask for more than that out of a senior.
Yeah.
And, of course, Jake, always willing to work. He's over the summers or anything we need, youth league, he's always there. Playing time's not what he wants maybe, but, man, he never complains. And here he is. He gets Eastern game, buries 3 threes. He's got a great percentage. I mean, when he gets in there, he knocks it down. And same thing with Tatum. What a good kid he is. He's been with us the whole time, works hard in practice, and I love to see him get in there and get some shots because he's a great defender himself, and he doesn't get to show it that much.
Well, these guys have been at the core of this turnaround, especially over the last 2 years. That first year, you guys it was just so difficult to get any traction and just to get the chemistry the way you wanted with those 2 wins. Last year was certainly a huge step forward, getting to 6 wins, and now 10 wins this season. First time that's happened since the sectional championship season, and it's 2 more wins than you guys have had the last 2 years, and you still have a lot of opportunities left here throughout the season to add more wins and maybe get to the point where you could get a winning season depending on how things go with the sectional draw.
Yep, we're right there. That's the goal for sure. It's a testament to these guys, how they work and listen to what we say and just come to work every day ready to go. And, you know, they've grown 2 years older now, so it's, 17, 18-year-old man. That helps in a lot of these games for sure.
Definitely. Well, and they also set a great example for these younger guys because you can see guys like Garrett and Talon and those guys who are working hard, and they've done a much better job this year as far as their work ethic and their focus on what they need to do.
Yeah, they're great leaders for the younger guys. There's a lot of offensive talent, lower level, freshmen, sophomore, juniors, but this defensive unit is going to be tough to replace. The other guys have got to watch how these guys do it, step up, pay attention, and because, man, they can guard, and we got to keep that going forward.
No question. Well, nice win tonight for the team here as we get ready to talk to these 4 guys. North Harrison wins 68-42. JV also gets the win tonight, 67-30 over Clarksville. Providence coming up on Friday. And real quick about Providence, obviously great defensive team coming up and always a challenging place to go when you go down there to the Robert Larkin Center.
Yeah, it's a real tough place to play. They're one of the better defensive teams in the state. Well coached, so we know we're in for a challenge. We just got to work hard these next 2 days, prepare, and go in there and give them everything we got.
Sounds good. Ross, thank you for the time as always. Appreciate it. Looking forward to talking to these 4 guys here tonight, and a great win. We wish you guys well on Friday night when you head down to Providence.
Sounds great. Thanks for being here.
All right, Ross Schultz with us here at our Davis Crushstone postgame show. The Cougars winners tonight, 68-42 over the Generals here, so we're going to start. We're going to start lining these guys up because we got 4 tonight and then 4 a week from Friday. We start with Jake Roof, who is a 6'1 senior on this North Harrison team. Had 4 points tonight. Got a couple of nice dishes from Garrett Tucker inside. Jake joining us here. So, first of all, congratulations on a great win tonight and a great effort out there on the floor as well from all of you guys.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, you obviously playing off Garrett a little bit. He was able to drive in, find you under the basket, open for a couple of layups. So, I mean, it seems like, as I've been talking to Coach Schultz throughout the year, the chemistry of the team has really grown throughout the year. So, what's it been like for you to watch that?
We play good together. And
No, you're good. You're good. I understand. But, I mean,
I'm trying to think of what to say.
No, you're good. And, I mean, obviously, you guys, this is a big senior class. So there are 8 of you guys there as his dad comes in to try to get him to relax a little bit. So you're good, man. But you guys have been together throughout your time here at North Harrison, your seniors, and this is a big class. You guys have hung together. What's it been like being with these guys throughout the time you've been here at North Harrison together?
They're a fun group to be around. Everybody's nice. We all have fun together and play well together as a team.
Yeah, and I know some of you guys were JV players last year. You've come up and added to the varsity team this year. So what's that experience been like for you all?
Different. One good thing, we've, over the years we've gotten better, play better together as the years goes on. So found new things to do, got better.
Yeah,
where we are now.
Definitely. And I know, obviously, defense has been something you guys have hung your hat on this year, and not just one person, but everybody's bought into that. So what's it been like as far as progressing as a defensive team this year?
Couple games, we started playing better defense, and then, we were like, well, playing better defense, so now we got to keep doing it, and we got better and better each game.
How much were you taking pride in defense now as opposed to the beginning of the season?
A lot better. I mean, we were holding teams to a couple points in one quarter versus beginning of the year we weren't doing much of that.
Yeah, and also you guys, it's not just one person. Everybody, like I said, has bought in. It seems like your communication has improved a lot more, and you guys are also like really, when somebody makes a good play, you guys are really doing a great job encouraging that and trying to make sure that you keep each other up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So, and obviously you have stepped in a few games on the offensive end. You had a big game against Eastern there in the old high school gym. So what was that like playing in that gym that night and being able to contribute the way you did?
I thought it was really cool because I haven't really scored a point there since I was in 7th, 8th grade,
Right.
So it felt pretty cool to go in there and hit threes, especially shoot 100% field goal.
It was a fun night, too, because you guys, obviously, this is your home court here inside the high school gym, but to get to play in the middle school gym for that one night, that was pretty cool. And it was a great crowd and a great atmosphere to go with it. So what was that like to have that?
It was really cool. I mean, every shot you hit or just anything, I mean, the gym's just loud. I mean, it's smaller.
Yeah, definitely. Well, here you guys are getting close to the end of your season now, 3 games left. So I'll try to figure out how to frame this. I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. But you guys have been together for a long time and everything. So now it's getting close to the end of the season. The draw is coming up on Sunday. So how do you try to maximize this as you go through the end of the season here?
Just, have as much fun as we can at practice and enjoy the last few moments. That's all we can do. That's right, for sure. So what's life look like for you after high school as things stand right now, Jake? Still deciding, but I'll probably do something like my dad does, which is truck driving. Yeah, sounds great. So you got that going, and obviously you guys are going to do anything for the draw Sunday as far as watching it or anything like that? I'm not sure yet. We normally do every year. We go to his classroom downstairs. Right. Upstairs. But upstairs, downstairs, wherever it is, right? Well, from here downstairs. That's right. Being up here, it takes a little getting used to being up here, doesn't it? Yeah. For sure. Well, Jake, we appreciate the time. Thank you for joining us here at our post-game show. Congratulations on the win tonight. Look forward to seeing how you guys finish the regular season as you head into the postseason, too. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks, Jake. It's Jake Roof joining us here, a senior forward for North Harrison, had a 4-point effort tonight for the Cougars off the bench. Did a great job after he got started there. So the high five coming from Caden there as we have now Taden Rader. He is a 6'1 senior forward, has contributed throughout the season defensively and offensively for the Cougars. So Taden joins us now in our Davis Crush postgame show. First of all, congratulations on the win tonight for you guys, and to get to 10 wins on the season as well.
Thank you. It's a good accomplishment. You know, the past few years we haven't had as much success that we had this year, so it's definitely good to get our foot through that door and do well offensively and defensively to finish games out.
I was going to say, it looks like I'm talking to Jake, of course, about the fact that you guys have developed your chemistry throughout the season on both ends of the floor. What's that been like, seeing that come together the way it has?
It's definitely good to see like the fruits of our practices come together and just like flourish on the court. You know, we've been playing together since we were like in elementary school, so all this time has just built up for this moment.
I know 2 years ago you kind of want to forget it as far as the struggles that came with it, but those struggles kind of helped you guys build to what you are now. So, I mean, what's that been like over the last 2 years, just kind of building up and getting to where you are now?
Yeah, that season 2 years ago, it definitely left a chip on our shoulders, so we're ready to come back and just fight even harder the next few years.
I know you guys aren't the biggest team out there, so that just means you got to play that much harder and with that much effort, and it seems like that's really taken off this year for you guys as far as having that consistent effort over 4 quarters.
Yeah, we've been definitely focused on rebounds and blockouts and stuff like that, so if we're smaller, we got to get our body in there and make sure that they can't get a rebound. So.
Yeah, and I mean, we've watched you, Taden, over the years. You've been a great defensive player for this team. I know scoring at times is a bit of a struggle for you, but I know defensively you take a lot of pride in that. It seems like that's what the whole team has bought into this year as well.
Yeah, I'm not really an offensive-minded player. I really love defense, and I like being able to stop the ball and make sure that we can get more chances offensively, and our team has really bought into that really well.
And also, you guys have become a much more unselfish team as the season has gone along. It seems like everybody likes being out there on the floor together, and it seems like you guys have a really good chemistry, not just on the floor, but also off the floor, too.
Yeah, tonight we showed that really well. We were passing and kicking, and Jake over here got a few threes, and or he shot them at least, but he's had 2 threes from the season, and we were just doing well. We knew we could drive in on them, but then they started guarding the drive, so we were kicking it out, and we were just sharing the ball, and everybody's having fun.
I know not everybody could get out there. Of course, you guys have a huge senior class, but when you do get out there, I mean, it seems like you guys that don't get as much time, when your number is called, you guys seem like you're ready to go, and it seems like that's a byproduct of your preparation, too.
Yeah, if you see us, we're all fired up on the bench. We're ready to go. As soon as Coach calls us up, we're ready to get in all the action.
Well, and I was going to ask you, too, ask Jake this as well. What are you thinking about after high school? Once graduation comes?
I'm going to go to college for mechanical engineering and pursue a field in that.
Any school that stands out so far? Is that still kind of open?
Purdue. I'm enrolling there right now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, they have a fantastic engineering program up there, so it's perfect school for that for sure. So, and obviously I know you guys, pairing shows coming up Sunday, sectionals right around the corner. So you guys, I know you got to meet in Coach Schultz's room the last couple of years to watch that. So does that seem like that's kind of the plan right now?
I think we're switching up. We're going to go to Beef O'Brady's, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get some good food and watch the draw.
Gotcha. Okay, well, that'll be good, though. And then you guys will find out what your postseason path looks like. And, I mean, here you are, 3 games left in the regular season plus sectional. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's flown by this fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it has flown by fast. When I was coming into the season, I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. And it's just in a blink of an eye, it's just gone. So I'm trying to soak in all these next 2 games that we have.
That's right. Make memories while you're here. That's the main thing. Well, Taden, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it here at our post-game show. And congratulations on the win tonight and all the success this season so far.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Taden Rader joining us here at our Davis Crushstone post-game show, senior forward for North Harrison. And now Caden Hain will step to the headset now as he comes in. Still got Bryce Fessel coming up after that. And Caden joins us now. First of all, Caden, congratulations on the win tonight here at home.
Thank you.
Well, great effort tonight. Obviously, Clarksville's had their struggles this year, but still a team that really gave you guys a tough way to go, especially there in the first half tonight.
Yeah, we kind of let them do what they wanted the first half, but then we picked it up after that in the second half, and we really just fought on from there and went on from there.
Well, and you guys obviously have bought into the defensive end of the floor, especially here second half of the season. So from your standpoint as one of the leaders on this team, what's that been like seeing that develop throughout the year?
Well, it's been a lot better, like seeing all of us buy in instead of just maybe some stuff like that and all like combining together and make one full team like that. It really does just bring it all together and we win more.
That's right. Well, it's showing in the wins for sure, no doubt about it. And so what is it that's gone into that's made you guys a better defensive team?
Well, mainly like just working on that, letting our defense take over and letting our offense fall through after that, focusing on our defense and getting stops, getting the ball back, getting a bucket after that.
Well, it seems like your offensive execution has been much better second half of the year, and you guys, I know, like to get out and run, and that's not always something you can do, so you have to sometimes settle for executing in the half court. So where have you seen the most improvement as far as that goes?
Like what we do, so it's pretty good when we get it up the floor, get an easy bucket, but then whenever we stop, we do good on backing it out, getting a play set up, getting there, let everyone come down, get ready, get set up. Pressure's coming, set screens and all that. So it's really just built up from there.
Well, and you guys, especially in the senior class, you've come a long way as far as adjusting to the speed and the physical nature of the game. And you guys have also been doing a great job looking out for each other as well, not just seniors, but everybody on the team as well.
Yeah, our chemistry's really grown from last year. Like, we all have that varsity experience now. We all got that chemistry and all that. So it's really just built up throughout the years. Started off slow, and now it's here.
Yeah, and I know you being a point guard on the team, it's your role, of course, is to make sure that everybody's involved and keeping everybody in their position on the floor as well. So what have you, as far as what you've seen from the rest of the team, what have you seen as far as the way these guys have come together this year?
We really just buy into it. We know our position, know our role, finish, execute our role, just do what's told, and no questions asked.
And you've done a great job finding guys this year as well. You've been the leader in assists on this team this year. How important is that to you to get everybody involved out there?
I mean, it's really important. Like, not being the leading scorer doesn't mean much to me. It's just winning games, getting points, more points than the other team. It's the main focus for me.
Yeah. And what's great is you guys are becoming a more balanced team, too. I mean, you had 4 of you guys, or actually 5 of you guys in double figures tonight, which is great to see. And coupled that with a great defensive effort, it's made you guys much more formidable and will help you get ready for the postseason, too.
Yeah, when we play good defense, it all falls through, especially on the fast breaks, get a steal, 1-on-2. It all just falls in after you play some good defense.
No question. Well, and obviously, too, we're talking about getting ready for the postseason. It's crazy to think the draw's coming up on Sunday for the sectional, and you guys will be out at Madison for that. So you guys are going to get together and watch on Sunday and figure out what it's going to be like. It's going to be a tough sectional, but, you know how it is, Caden. Anything can happen during the postseason.
Just got to fight hard. Don't let it up. Don't just think you're going to get beat straight out the gates. Just fight hard and try to get a win.
Well, I was going to ask you, too, off the court, how class is going for you here in your senior year?
Pretty good. I'm on an internship, so only 2 classes and I go work, so it ain't too hard.
Yeah, it's a little easier the last semester here, so kind of cruising through to the end at this point. So what are you looking at doing that possibly after high school?
So I'm still undecided. I have an offer for baseball, so I'm either going to play baseball in college and get an electrical engineering degree or go somewhere close for college and just get an engineering degree.
Okay, fantastic. I know you also play baseball, so you still have that season coming up in the spring. So how do you think baseball is going to look here at North Harrison?
We're looking strong. We're young, just building off that. I mean, I feel like we're going to be pretty good, better than last year. We were all young, so now we got that experience now. So, I mean, it should be good. It's going to be fun. Just got to enjoy that last season.
Yeah, and of course, now you got a few games left here in the regular season plus sectional, so you got to try to enjoy this. And just like Tayden was talking about, just take it all in here at the end of the basketball season.
Yeah, playing with these guys since around 5th grade, most of us, some of us in 7th and all that. It's been different now than knowing it's almost over. It's tough. I mean, knowing that we played each other our whole lives and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah, so just make the most of those opportunities coming up here, right?
Yep.
Definitely. Well, Caden, thank you so much for joining us here at our post-game show. We appreciate it. Congratulations on the win tonight. We look forward to seeing how you guys do here as you close out the regular season, head into the sectional, too.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Caden. Caden Hain joining us here in our Davis Crushstone post-game show, doing a great job there as Bryce Fessel, the 4th of the 4 seniors tonight, coming in. And Bryce, of course, we've seen him on the gridiron playing for 4 years at running back. Now he's on the basketball team. And Bryce, first of all, congratulations on a great win here at home tonight.
Thank you.
Well, you guys have, I mean, it's been the theme of the talk with you guys is the fact that you guys have really come together this year and formed a really strong team throughout the course of the year, not just on the floor, but off the floor. What's that been like from your vantage point?
Just get together and continue to fight every game and try and get better every day.
No question. I know the last 2 years, it was rough at times. Last year certainly was a much better year than the year before that when you guys were sophomores. But this year, it just seems like everybody's on the same page. And it seems like you guys as seniors have really set a good tone for the rest of the team. And it seems like that chemistry has really grown really well this year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the seniors really took over this summer, and we stuck together, and we would just try and talk to the younger guys like Garrett Tucker. We really needed him to step up and play physical basketball, and getting him in the weight room and playing football really helps. Corey Burson, he came in, and he's starting to get better at defense. Talon Lewis, he's a good ball handler and good to have on our roster.
Yeah, and of course you guys, some of these guys who are on the basketball team joined the football team this year for the first time, I think, since middle school, from what I understood. So there was a little recruiting that was going on there, right?
Oh, yeah. We were low after last year and needed guys, so I tried to get everyone I could to help me out.
Well, and they did that too. I know the record wasn't what you guys wanted during football season, but you guys were in most every game every week, and you know how it is, Bryce. The Mid-Southern Conference is an unforgiving league week in and week out.
There is. It's hard.
Well, and of course, you guys played a team like a Brownstown that made it to the 2A state championship game. Scottsburg was a much better team this year, so I know that was rough, but it seemed like that kind of helped get you guys motivated for basketball season and what you guys have done so far this year.
Yeah, I think some of those games that we lost in football, they kind of helped us prepare and try and become more mentally focused in basketball. I mean, even though we lost to Brownstown and Scottsburg this year, I think we're going to be a secret team. Like, no one's going to be paying attention to us in the sectionals. So I think it's going to help us out in the long run.
No doubt. And, of course, throughout the season, you guys have been getting better defensively. I know you're one of the guys that the coaching staff looks to be a leader on that side of the floor. So, obviously, I know you've embraced that, and it seems like the rest of the team has embraced that identity as well.
Yeah, I was one of the last guys that with Coach Lou, and before I was even in high school, I was always watching, and I just loved how he ran defense. I'm trying to, since I'm a senior now, I have more say than most or past years, so I can really talk into what I want them to do on defense.
Well, and the communication I've noticed is a lot better between you guys. You do a great job kind of lifting each other up when you're down a little bit, but even when you guys are playing well, you do a great job encouraging each other and continuing to stay in communication throughout the course of the night, throughout the season.
Yeah, that was a big part of last year. We had a lot of negative guys on the team. We didn't like that last year as seniors coming back, and I think we are starting to nip it in the bud a little better this year.
And obviously your offense has come along more along with your defense. And it seems like everything is coming together here at the right time. You guys are, of course, on the home stretch of the regular season now, heading into postseason, and it seems like everything on both ends of the floor is really coming together for you guys right now.
Yeah, offensively, I mean, we still got some flaws, but I think we're getting better at it. Still growing, still a young team. I mean, it might not seem like it, but for a team that's, I don't know, we're just not that big, and we just gotta focus on.
Not being a big team, I think it was Jake, I mentioned that too, maybe Tayden, but you guys not being as big a team, it means your effort just has to be that much stronger, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I was going to ask you as well, what's life look like for you after high school as far as you know right now?
Right now, I got a couple offers to go play some football. Hanover is one of them. Other than that, I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about going straight to work or the.
Yeah, sounds great. Obviously, Hanover would be a great program to join, and after all the beatings you've taken through high school, too, it'd be a little bit of an adjustment, but there wouldn't be as much pressure on you walking in there either.
No, not at all. It'd be nice.
Well, and I know you had a great season this year running, had a great offensive line in front of you, and having your Uncle Gary now be the head coach, that had to be a little bit of a different turn this year, too.
I mean, it wasn't that different. It was just it was nice to have him, but, I mean, he ran the same stuff as Coach Williamson.
Right.
And, he just wants us to get in the weight room more, and he's just hard-headed. It's nice to have.
Yeah, well, and then your dad and your brother were on the staff, too, so this was truly a family affair for you guys on the football field this year.
It sure was. Every night we'd talk about football, and it was just started getting crazy. I just, gosh. Love them now.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you had that experience this year. I'm glad basketball season's going well for you, too. We look forward to seeing you guys as you get here to the end of the regular season, into the sectional as well. So, Bryce, appreciate the time. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to you all the rest of the season coming up.
All right, thank you.
All right, Bryce Fessel joining us here. So, Caden Hain as well as Jake Roof, and also at Taden Rader, and now Bryce Fessel joining us here in our Davis Crushstone postgame show. Great job by all four of those guys here tonight as the Cougars get the win 68-42 over Clarksville. Let's go through the final scoring tonight for Clarksville. Their leader tonight was their freshman Caleb Hawkins. He had 10 points in this game, 5 in each half. He made a 3 in the third quarter and 2 free throws in the fourth to pace the Generals tonight. 2 guys with 8, Zion Stewart and Jeremiah Freeman. Stewart had 2 points in the first quarter and scored the remaining 6 in the fourth quarter. Freeman had 6 of his 8 points in the first half. He got a basket for 2 in the third quarter. Todd Hillerich had 6 tonight, 5 in the second quarter, 1 in the fourth quarter. Jake Corbett with 5 points, 2 in the third, and a 3 in the fourth. And then Traven Utrera, 3 points. He made a 3 in the fourth quarter, and then 2 points on the night for Jackson Brooks there in the fourth quarter. Everybody who played scored. The Generals made 14 out of 33 shots for 42% on the night. In total, 4 out of 14 from behind the arc, good for 29%. And then they were 10 out of 15 on free throws for 67% on the night as well. For the Cougars, 5 in double figures. Logan Hune, 14 points for him, 9 in the first half, 5 in the second half. Caden Hain, 11 points tonight. He scored 8 of those 11 in the third quarter. And then 11 for Talon Lewis. 9 of his 11 points came over the first 2 quarters. Bryce Fessel finished with 10 tonight. Had a big night offensively. He had 4 points in the third quarter for the Cougars tonight. Garrett Tucker had 10 points as well. He scored 4 in the fourth quarter for North Harrison. Rylan Shank had 8, made a couple of 3s and a 2 on his end tonight. Jake Roof, a couple of baskets inside, 4 points for him. And then Colton Crecilius, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line for him in the fourth quarter. Dayton Rader, Preston Wellman, Eli Vogler, Colson Christie, Cooper McIntyre, and Landon Page all saw time tonight but did not score for the Cougars, who shot 24 of 49 for 49% from the floor, 9 out of 20 from behind the arc, 45%, and 11 out of 14 on free throws, 78%. 16-9 Cougars at the end of the first quarter. They outscored Clarksville 17-9 in that second quarter. And then in the third quarter, it was 17-9 Cougars to go up 51-27 heading into the fourth, where they outscored the Generals 17-15, making the final score tonight of 68-42 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Quickly going through rebounding, North Harrison wins that category tonight, 27-18 over the Generals. The Generals had 5 offensive rebounds. Their leader tonight, Jackson Brooks, 4 rebounds. 3 of those came on the offensive glass. For the Cougars tonight, they ended up with 9 different guys getting rebounds. The leader was Garrett Tucker, who had 6 rebounds. 5 of those were on the offensive end. Talon Lewis, 5 rebounds for him, 3 offensive. Caden Hain, 4 defensive rebounds. Same for Bryce Fessel. Preston Wellman, 3 rebounds. 2 for Logan Hune, 1 for Taden Rader, 1 for Eli Vogler on offense, and Colton Crecilius with an offensive rebound as well for the Cougars, who had 27 total rebounds, 10 of those on the offensive end. Turnovers tonight, 19 for Clarksville, 10 in the first half, 9 in the second half. The Cougars had 4 turnovers in each half. They finished with 8 turnovers on the night. The Generals had 8 assists on 14 made shots. Davian Utrera had 4 assists to his credit. Jake Corbett, 2. Zion Stewart, 1 assist, and Todd Hillerich had 1. For the Cougars, 20 assists on 24 made shots. Caden Hain had 9 to lead the way there. Talon Lewis with 3. Garrett Tucker also had 3 assists, 2 for Rylan Shank, 1 for Logan Hune, 1 for Bryce Fessel, and 1 assist for Taden Rader. 20 on 24 made shots for the Cougars. We'll take one more break. We'll come back and we'll wrap things up tonight here from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Wrapping it up tonight here from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. North Harrison wins this one 68-42 over Clarksville. The Cougars are now 10-10 on the season overall, and have won back-to-back games after picking up this victory tonight. For Clarksville, they're now 4-15. They have now lost 4 straight, including 6 of their last 7. The Generals will try to bounce back coming up here soon. If I can get the schedule here real quick, see what Clarksville's got coming up. I think they have a game on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. They do. They've got Borden at home. It'll be senior night for the Generals as they take on their county rival and now their conference rival in the Borden Braves. The Generals will be at Austin a week from tonight to take on the Eagles at Harold Riggle Gymnasium before they travel over to Sellersburg to take on the Rock Creek Academy Lions on February 27th. The Cougars will be back on the road on Friday, their last road game of the regular season at Providence. JV at 6, varsity around 7:30. And then they will be back here at home next Tuesday night to take on the Paoli Rams. You'll be able to listen to that game over on our sister station, Mix 95.3 WUME, as the number 1 team in 2A comes down here to Ramsey to take on the Cougars 1 week from tonight. And then on Friday, February 27th, the Cougars are back here at home to take on the Christian Academy Warriors. We will be here for that game with the Cougars as they wrap up regular season play right here on 96.9 WKLO. And on that night, we'll talk to the other 4 seniors, Logan Hune, Dawson Sen, as well as Rylan Shank and Preston Wellman. Those will be the 4 seniors we'll talk to after the Christian Academy game on February the 27th, 1 week from Friday. Meantime, we're going to be back down in Corydon this coming Friday night. A huge Mid-Southern Conference showdown beckons here on 96.9 WKLO. The Corydon Central Panthers will host the number 1 team in 3A, the Silver Creek Dragons, who have had a spectacular season and carry a 16-game win streak into Corydon Friday night. 4 Dragons have averaged scoring in double figures this season. Senior forward Dane Caldwell leads the way with 16.5 points a game. Kaysen Dager adds 14.4 points a game as a guard. And also Brandon Hunter, junior point guard, averaging a double-double, 11.6 points and 10.8 assists per game, with senior guard Dane Sprigler tossing in 11.3 points per game. The Dragons are long, versatile, and as athletic as ever. They feature a tough defense and one of the highest-powered offenses in the state. And they will bring that show into Corydon on Friday night, so join us for our pregame show around 7:15 right here on 96.9 WKLO. JV at 6, varsity around 7:30 from the Panther Dome in Corydon. Also, the pairings for the IHSAA Boys Basketball State Tournament coming up on Sunday evening, 6 to 8 p.m. You can listen to Greg Rakestraw and Kyle Nedenrip. They'll go through the pairings for the upcoming tournament. They'll be announced starting in Class A North, then Class A South, 2A North, 2A South, and so on through 4A. Tune into the IHSAA broadcast on 96.9 WKLO, as well as online at WKLO969.com and on your Alexa. As we close up shop for the night, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors, Harrison County Hospital, as well as Denny's Carpet and Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services in Corydon, First Harrison Bank, Prosser Education Center in New Albany, Bender Lumber, Jiffy Tack Shack in Tazewell, Morgan's Auto Salvage in Paoli, and Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. Most of all, thanks to you for tuning in to our North Harrison Cougars basketball broadcast tonight. Again, the final on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, it's North Harrison winning over Clarksville by a final count of 68-42. The JV game to the Cougars, 67-30. We thank you for listening to our broadcast tonight and for tuning into our postgame coverage presented by Davis Crushed Stone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crushed Stone at 812-347-2707. Also, our thanks to Ross Schultz and also JV coach Steve Roof for coming up here with the guys tonight, the 4 seniors that we talked to, and Caden Hain, as well as Bryce Fessel, Taden Rader, and Jake Roof. Appreciate getting to spend some time talking to those guys as their careers wind down here at North Harrison. For our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton saying have a great night from the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in the town of Ramsey. And this reminder on the way out, keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. Thanks again for tuning in tonight. You've been listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crushed Stone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Thanks for supporting local athletes,